You guys had bartered an iron flask to Elvira Hart containing what you refer to as a weeping angel. Inside, it's not even angel shaped, but Doctor Who fans unite. uh, and ended up with a really cool bow for Lanissa. Uh, you were given a code book with several locations, and you used it to get yourself to Ezarith, which is a continent to the east. You find yourself in the basement of a home in Eslin. Uh, no one had been here from your continent in a long time, considering a lot of these locations, these towers had been lost for about 1,000 years. Uh, but they, being magical, the circles are still potentially active. Uh, sorry, excuse me. You find yourself in a bricked up room that was adjacent to a storage room. Uh, encountered encountered a farmer who apparently owned the place, and found yourself in the city of Eslin. Unfortunately, your Dragonborn friend had to be invisible because apparently Dragonborn are a thing over here on this continent. And the only thing that's even close to what they look like are lizard folk, which unlike where you got, unlike the continent you were just on, where you saw lizard folk out and walking around and like owning restaurants and interacting fine with humans and other races. The lizard folk here are apparently not well liked. A sort of a attack on sight sort of thing. Uh, you're also getting strange looks from a lot of people are giving strange looks to Phaedra because apparently dwarves are not very common here, and some people are looking twice at the elves in your party. So far, the only type of elf you've seen has been the wood elves. And while high elves to outsiders, it's sometimes hard to tell. Wood elves and high elves can definitely tell each other apart. And of course, the winter Eladrin is hard to miss, being blue and all. Uh, he decided that the best way to go is to take a road up to Andros instead of attempting to just go up the river, since you need a ship and not a river traveling boat. And you decided to take a road. It eventually took you to some village where that appeared to be populated with gnomes and halflings, although they occasionally have travelers of other sizes. So the travel lodge apparently only had one elf-sized room, uh, and you ended up getting 3 rooms, including the elf-sized one. And that was last night. Now, Iron Roses, what would you guys like to do?
Hmm. So we got a long rest.
Yes, you guys got a long rest. It's a brand new day.
Does Phaedra have any more chores she has to do, or did she pay it all off the
That's
night
true.
before?
Phaedra has chores, and in fact, the owner. That's the one thing I forgot to mention. Uh, Phaedra, you guys don't have local money. You discovered that the gold standard is not used here. Instead, they have jeweled bugs. Possibly because the rulers of this nation appear to be the bullywogs. Uh, and because of that, Phaedra has bartered some working in the stables and working in the kitchen and all that. And at this point, she is probably helping out in the kitchen.
Okay.
You're a bit bigger
That's-
than the halfling, the other halflings that are in there, and a bit stockier, being a dwarf. But you still fit in better than any of your elf companions would, or your dragonborn.
Then Phaedra's working in the kitchen.
Working in the kitchen, getting breakfast together and out on the table for the guests. For that, I would like you to make me one survival check. I want to see how good you are in this kitchen. Voice chest. Okay, just double checking. It's it's okay. It's much like back when you were at camp, back when your soldiering days, like your turn at the fire pit. Nothing
Yeah.
special, but it's not inedible, so it's fine.
She'll make up for it by sending Cinder out to deliver the plates, like, balanced on her head and try to make up for the shitty taste with cuteness.
Yeah, yeah. People are charmed and surprised by Cinder. It's like they've never seen anything like her, and they're like, what is this? And somebody else was like, Is this like those stories about dragons? I read about dragons in books. They're said to be extinct, or maybe far away somewhere to continents to the west. Wow. But yes, because she is a naturally charming creature, she isn't scary to them. She is charming, especially with the little sense of cinnamon and nutmeg she leaves behind.
Cool. Well, she'll just finish her chores and then she'll meet up with the group whenever she's done.
And what about the rest of you?
Yeah, sure. Just kind of waiting because she doesn't. I don't think she's gonna fit in the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah, you're a little tall.
Yeah, hard to help for that one.
Yeah, about the only other person who would help out, be able to help out in this is Will, because he's perfectly sized for a kitchen like that. And Will actually fits in with the people of this village because he is a gnome. Looking outside, you see other people that look a bit like Will. The rock and forest gnomes, mostly I think forest gnomes, uh, with long wispy beards and cheerful attitudes. But there is only one Will. He just sometimes vanishes.
There's negative one, Will.
Yeah, Phaedra will meet up with the group whenever she's done. So, what's the plan for the day? Which way are we headed again?
No.
Alright. Where are we on this map again?
You are
Right there.
here.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's right. We're going through the woods, aren't we?
Yeah, we're trying to get to Andros.
Andros, yes.
Andros. Yes, we go that way.
Yep.
So, Rick, what are you up to? What are you up to?
Uh, Probably just waiting for Vader to come out.
Well, that's what Phaedra's done now.
Oh,
She's
Come
trying to
out.
talk to you guys.
Yep.
well, ready to go then.
Let's go.
Yeah. Uh, Maybe we should ask if there's anything in the forest we should watch out for before we go.
That's probably a good idea. Since Phaedra made nice with the innkeep, she'll go ask the innkeep anything in the Inara woods that
The innkeep was happily polishing the bar, but as soon as you mention the woods, his face just gets all weirded out and contorted. Oh, don't tell me you're heading up to the woods. Shakes
what,
his head a bit. Uh,
what's the quickest way to get to Andros?
yeah, assuming that you actually get through the woods. He lets out a nervous chuckle. Uh, but then again, mm, you seem like you're capable warrior types, aren't you?
I mean, we can hold our own, yeah? What have you
Yeah.
heard? What's in there?
Uh, don't really know. don't know anybody who's actually gone through the woods. But
Oh, good.
I'll tell you some stories that my poppy told me when I was young. Uh, supposedly, people go into the woods and they don't come out, or occasionally they come out changed or mad. It was a large highway long ago, and back in ancient times, back when there was only a couple of cities around here, Eslin and Andros and such. Back then, well, the main road was who's there as a way to get between Eslin and Andros. But something happened in those woods, and now it's like full of shadows and scary things. They say that you could be walking down that road one day for hours and get to the other side. Another time, same road, it'll take you days, weeks. Now no one seems to come out again. They say that things just sort of change in there. Although I heard stories that there are people that actually live there. Not normal people, mind you. More like the. What do you think? He rubs the side of his head. You know, the haggish types and the corrupted sorts. Some of them try to make their home there in the woods.
All right. A pleasure doing business with you. And
Well,
let's
good
hope that
luck.
we don't go mad. And she'll give a little nod and she'll meet up back with the group. So yeah, either people don't come back from the woods or they go a little mad in the woods.
Okay. Doesn't
Mm,
sound too bad.
sometimes things change. Sometimes the way that the innkeep was talking about it made it think that sometimes the path can play tricks on you, and
Maybe we should buy a compass?
that might not be a bad idea.
Unless I look at. No, wait. I was gonna say I look at Char, but he's not in this game.
You look for
Like,
someone named Char,
doesn't
and
he have orientation
and
skills?
all you see is a high elf named Viren.
Yeah, no.
But
Wait,
b-
Will
mm,
Will, do you know like how to go north?
What do you mean?
Maybe he. I
Well,
mean, maybe he knows like which direction is north. I don't know. He's a
The,
nature man. Maybe he knows nature stuff.
the issue might be that the force might manipulate that kind of thing.
yeah, he was talking
Perception.
about. Yeah, it's full of shadows and scary things, and things change. Also said that there are hags and other corrupted sorts that inhabit the woods.
It's just
So,
hags.
yeah, I remember Rhiannon telling a funny story about hags in the Feywild, and it almost like don't eat anything. I think she said that they give you.
Sounds fair. What if I feed them something?
I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want to a hag. I'm just saying, don't eat anything that they give you. That's what she said. Apparently,
Is that permission?
I mean, if something old and creepy is trying to kill us, then by all means, Lunisa, defend us.
Okay. From now on, all old things die. Old grandma crosses the road, dagger.
Lunisa,
I got the
I
AOP.
I, I appreciate your vigor, but don't just go killing old things as if they come across the path, okay?
Okay. Yes, boy, traveling all day.
I mean,
Let
at
me want
least.
to do something.
Oh, I mean, you're not.
I'm still a bit rusty from being stoned, you know. I need the exercise to loosen up the joints.
I'm not going to give you permission to murder everything in your path, you know.
Not anything about murdering everything. You just said all things.
They try to attack us.
But I don't want them to. But I want them. Okay, I'll try to do it.
Why am I picturing Lunisa like a 16-year-old girl like having a hissy fit right now?
She could
Like
be.
stamping her foot. Like I wanna.
You only started seeing it that way now.
I guess I am. Yeah, I'm only seeing. I'm only seeing
First time
it
she
now.
had, first time she had any autonomy at all was the moment she left the place she came from. Of course, she's gonna try and have as much fun as possible.
I'm just seeing it now. I completely see it, and
It's
I
so
don't know
late.
why it took me this long.
She hooked up with a rock star after all. Of course she's a
Hey,
teenager.
hooked up.
Wait,
No
what?
one said anything about hooking up. Okay.
Well, she
No
ran
one.
away from home with a rock star.
Oh,
Oh, Eric, that's right.
no.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Time for
You're a
self-care.
groupie.
Oh no,
You're
time for
so a
self-care.
groupie.
You're a groupie.
You're a groupie. I see it now. Okay,
Oh,
got it.
They prefer the term roadie.
Yeah, got it. Because we
God.
are on the road.
Oh God. Let's just go and get eaten by hags.
I mean, the only other option is going around the woods.
Nah, fuck it. Let's go through.
Do you want to get a compass first?
Yeah, if we can get a compass, that might be a good thing.
I'm trying to remember. Are the compasses in the player's guide? And only
Oh,
reason I'm
let's-
asking you instead of looking it up is my cat has decided she wants my shoulder for a moment.
I got it. Hold on, let's see. I feel like maybe.
Boy.
That's weapons. Here we go.
If so, walnut.
I do not see it in the adventuring gear thing.
Okay.
Unless it's listed as something else other than like a compass.
Wayfinder?
Skis.
Sextant? Oh, poor Will. Yeah, Lyra doesn't like my lap. She likes to lay on my chest and arms.
Oh, that Oh, never mind. I got it. Forgot.
What?
No. Brain fart.
Let's see if I can...
Yeah, nothing like that. So I don't know.
All right. Sorry, Lyra. I'm gonna have to get you to get up. Otherwise, I would let you lay on me all you want, but right now I have a game to run. Did I spell that right? Shorten it to the letters that I actually know for certain are the right ones.
So they have navigator's tools.
That would work. How much?
But oh no, that's only for at sea. Apologies.
So it has a sextant and not a
Sextant.
God damn it.
It's even worse in Swedish.
What is it?
It's the same word, but tant means old lady.
God damn it.
That is worse.
Yes, I'm gonna use the sexy old lady.
That's not bad.
And we're gonna go see hags in the forest.
There's
It's
Oh,
fine.
nothing
yeah.
Call it her a
there
sextant.
is nothing wrong with a sexy old lady.
No, there is another. So we're gonna go for the seduction route. Who's got the highest charisma to seduce the hag?
I got negative.
I've got 0.
I don't actually have negative, but just to be safe, I lie.
Oh,
How do I have 16? How do I have the highest, guys? Come on.
No, you don't, but I'm not saying anything.
Oh, okay.
ah, Fluffy.
I'm a warlock.
Yeah, you are a warlock.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's a warlock.
I still also need to max out my wit charisma. Too many things.
Anyway,
So yeah, and no go on the compass, I'm guessing, unless.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any on the list.
Okay. Looks like they don't have anything, Lenisa. Sorry. We're just gonna have to
okay. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's
use
go.
our survival instincts, I guess.
surprised- I'm surprised about that since a compass is actually possible to make with standard with like random things. You could do it with a pine needle and water if you really needed to. So
And magnet. Yeah.
Yeah. So why doesn't one exist in the books? It's weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
So I would like to say that the compasses would be in the store, and I'm trying to think of what the price would be based
See,
on that
that's
information.
that's the thing, though. It depends on what, like, the world is, because
Yeah.
compass is they have been different looking, and like the Chinese invented them in our world. Like what? How many years ago? Like thousands.
Well, then you also have the Viking raiders that used to use what were they called? Sunstones?
Yeah, the sunstones, but those are not compasses.
No, they're not.
They only tell you where the sun is.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
because what
where the
was it?
sun-
The disc that they used that was floating on water with the pin.
Well, that's a compass, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you know where the sun is, you might be able to find it. But the problem is, the sun might be weird in the west.
Yeah.
I think the smartest thing they did was use ravens. Let's see.
Oh, if they came back, that
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
was there was no land, and if they
Yeah.
didn't, oh, they must have perched somewhere.
Kind of a dick move to the ravens. But,
Yeah.
well, I can tell there's
Baffled.
no land. He came
Bye.
back to the boat.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia.
So up to you what you guys want to do.
Could we get a compass or no?
Apparently, there are no compasses, and I don't have a good price setting
Okay.
for them. So I'm gonna say that this land does not have compasses.
Maybe it could be considered somewhat of a high esteemed item or something. Like most people don't have them.
Or it might be something that only exists on ships.
Possibly.
Fair.
That makes sense.
Nobody in their right mind thinks to use them on land because it's like, okay, you just follow the sun at that point. It's easy enough to do.
All right.
But who
Well,
knows?
then we just head into the forest.
I feel like the technologically advanced like races such as dwarves and gnomes wouldn't have any use of them because they would be mostly underground, and the iron underground would just fuck with the compass.
Exactly.
So it's like there's no use for this thing.
Which makes sense. Again.
That's fair.
Why do you need to know where north is?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. You guys are finding yourselves on a nice long road. Oops. Pushing back my chair. I don't want to run over my cat. And it'll take you a good portion of the day before you reach the Inaro Woods.
I think I am happy with the spells.
Oh, jeez.
I'm happy with my spells. Oh wait, I can't change those.
Should I?
I'm happy with my spell. Holds up axe.
Should I assume that we are not reaching the water? Or should I assume that we are reaching the water?
Have you not finished your spell list?
That depends on water or no.
We're really far away from the coast.
Yeah.
I know, but you never know.
I would say it takes at least a day to travel that far, so probably not.
Okay.
No, there's a bit...
No, everyone stay out of water.
Well, like I was trying to say, it's going to take you at least the better part of the day just to reach the wood line.
Yeah, and then whatever fuckery is gonna happen
From
when we're
here.
in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You got everything, Will?
Think so. Maybe protection from poison, but fuck it. Nah, get poisoned. I'll fix you later. Will is fine.
Yeah, you already saw this. So it is a nice clear day as you make your trek up towards the woods. And by the time that the sun is starting to get low and you begin to see the moons appearing in the sky, you have reached the edge of the Yanara Woods.
We wish to camp outside the woods before entering.
Probably.
Yeah, might as well.
Outside the woods, inside the woods, doesn't really matter.
I mean, if it's safe outside the woods, we might as well here so we can travel faster inside the woods.
This section of the road, by the way, is nowhere near as well kept as the previous sections. But as it breaks into the wood line, you see that the condition is even worse. You see plants here and there pushing up through broken bits of stone. You can see clumps of mushrooms even from where you are, as the woods are actually quite thick and dark, with only a few spattering of trees getting into the grasslands beyond. Seems tight, dense, and quite dark in the woods.
Ooh, look, fun.
Yeah, maybe camp outside the woods and then we'll head in there in the morning.
Dense wood like that. No, that's gonna be much lighter tomorrow.
Sure.
What time of day is it right now?
It's afternoon, it's getting towards evening.
Oh,
The sun is still in the sky. It's kind of like reaching towards the horizon, and you can see bits of the moons coming up.
well, I guess I don't know. What do you think, Will? I mean, I guess we could go a little bit. We'd be wasting a little bit of time if we camped right now.
Hmm. I'm up for anything if you want to head in a little bit further into the forest and camp in there, or if you want to camp out here. I mean, it doesn't matter. I could go and have a look at what type of forest this is.
Sure. How are you gonna do that?
Take a walk.
All right. Do you mind if Cinder comes with you?
Yeah, sure.
Phaedra will just sit down on the ground like next to Shiori, and she's gonna let Cinder run down from her shoulders down her arm. And she's gonna give her scritches, and she's going to because I assume Will is going invisible.
Mm,
Are you going invisible?
nah.
No? Okay. Then she'll just sit down and she'll send Cinder in with Will.
All right. How far away can? Oh, sure. You can. It's the distance
1
only really
mile.
matters based on communicating with Cinder. You can see
Yeah.
through Cinder's eyes regardless.
All right, I won't go any further than that, I promise.
Okay.
Sure, just watching as they walk down the path. Much.
Because Cinder would be able to know where Phaedra was. So if some hinky business goes on in there and Will can't find his way back, Cinder should be able to find her way back to Phaedra.
It
Got
would
it.
be odd for Druid to be afraid of the woods, wouldn't it? He says as he walks in.
What does he say? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
It would be afraid for a druid to fear the woods, wouldn't it?
Cinder chuckles. A little bit of smoke goes out of her nose.
And Will wanders into the woods.
The woods are definitely dark and deep. You could see the path stretching on ahead of you, broken stones with bits of, well, not exactly typically grass. And this grass doesn't really grow in the deep dark woods, but the
Uh,
occasional hardy
brush.
brush, and more mushrooms that don't really like sunlight that are building up. Looking around and up towards the canopy, you see the occasional thread of what looks to be spider silk up there. Although near the entrance to the woods, it doesn't look like there's any active webs, just old ones. And that's about it for looking around. These are tall, hardy trees. One's designed for a more temperate climate. Uh, Not exactly evergreens. Can't tell. I can't. I'm gonna go like oaks and cedars sort of trees come to mind. Hardy, but they're growing close together, and some of the branches almost look like they're twisting together. And it looks like the deeper you go in, the less likely any light at all reaches the bottom of uh, the forest floor.
So we're just gonna walk, probably, if we, I don't know distance in the miles and such, but 1 mile is not that far,
All right.
is it?
Now, as a druid, the main thing that would come to mind is that there's not nearly as much forest noise as you were used to. You don't hear birds singing as they would. You do hear the occasional thump in the distance. Thump, crack, crack, thump. But off in the distance, an occasional movement of something up in the canopy, and a few leaves occasionally drifting down. But not the normal sounds that you're used to in a forest.
Interesting. Well, what do you say, Cinder? Does that place over there look like a good spot to have a sit down? I think it is. I'm gonna have a sit down. Looks like a good route. Now, let's see here. What can this forest tell about me? Tell me about it. Commune with nature as he just puts his hands on the root.
All right. You feel a kind of a cold sensation streaming up through you. These trees are not like the trees you're used to chatting with. They feel cold and dark and what's the best word to describe it?
Ominous.
Ominous, maybe. Kind of somewhat alien. What do you want? Certain voices come spilling into your mind from the commune.
I'm just browsing. So Will is just concentrating of the voices of the forest and listening in.
Cinder is guarding Will and keeping eyes about
Right.
and sniffing the air.
The voices of the forest seem to be, yeah, again, alien is probably the best word to come to mind for that. Really difficult to hear. You can hear whispers off in the distance, but most of them seem to be silencing the more that they note. And you feel like there's eyes on you almost. Like the trees are noticing that you're trying to talk to them.
But nothing is preventing me from gaining the information from I should
Correct.
gain from the spell. So I'm prying out some information about within 3 miles further in, 3 miles around me. I should be able to tell 3 things. So, from the list, what are I should or powerful? This one is so horribly put together.
Mm-hmm.
Hold
You
on.
can figure. You can ask me something, and I'll tell you if that'll work with the spell or not.
During bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elements. Is there any powerful fae within 3 miles of this me?
Hags are considered fey, aren't they?
Hags are, yeah.
Yes.
Except night hags.
They're
Yes.
fiends.
Yeah, I know night hags are fiends. I'm talking about other hags. So yeah, you do feel there's at least one powerful fey type creature within 3 miles.
Mhm. Uh, okay. It doesn't say that here, but can I tell if there are like it says I can tell whether there are bodies of water and stuff, but can I tell how the water like is? Is it like in a pond, like what do you call it in English?
Creek?
When water is
Pond.
stagnant and goes bad.
Brackish?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
it basically
Yeah,
is non-drinkable.
you're not detecting any strong
Non-potable.
bodies of water.
Hmm. Last thing I would like to know is uh, fiends, I guess.
All right. Within 3 miles, you also detect the presence of at least one fiend.
So we'll just pat the wood, the root, pat cinder. I think I've seen enough. It's time to head back.
She gives a nod. Cinder does.
And he looks up at the canopy and goes, I wonder if it observed me as much as I observed it. And then he walks off. Heading back.
All right. You find your way back to the others. And have you guys just been standing around? Have you been setting up camp? What have you guys been doing?
Phaedra's been looking through Cinder's eyes. So.
I've been testing my new bow.
We haven't decided whether or not we're setting camp out here or in there, so.
Yeah.
Sure, it's mostly just keeping an eye out, basically. Watching Will more, or Will and more so. In case you need the dart in.
So Will has returned to you.
Well, how'd it go?
It's an interesting forest. It is not its own, I would say.
Kind of creepy in there.
Creepy is a word for it, but that is what happens when Fae and Fiend intervene.
Ah, okay.
You heard rumors about hags, didn't you?
Yes.
I believe there is a hag to be had in there. And hags usually delve into magics they claim to understand. Magic involving fiends. That is also prevalent.
Is there anything we can do to prepare ourselves for this? I myself have not had a run-in with a hag. Like, what kind of magic do they use?
Hags' magic are special.
Hag's magic special. Okay.
You should think of it as something similar to a druid's, but they have ways to make it stronger or make it more, how to say, shapeable.
All right.
Hmm. Also, I do believe that the forest is under either the Fey or Fiend domain, as in it is under someone's control. I could feel it retract from me as I try to pry any information from it. Possibly the thing controlling the forests or person will find us to be too much to deal with and possibly just hope that we'll leave it alone and walk through. And if it does mess with us, well, it will be wary.
Suppose the question is, should we make rest before entering? Or make use of the rest of the day?
I think we make use of the rest of the day.
You want to push on through?
A little bit.
Unless you have any disagreement, Will. You're the more knowledgeable than us when it comes to nature.
I feel like we could do it. Just remember that everything you see isn't real. I feel like this is a good place to trick wanderers. So, Lenissa, I think you should probably be safe, but stay close to the group. Stick together, is what I'm saying.
Great. No one split off. Make sure you're within eyesight of at least majority of the group. Or at least you can see majority of the group. Looks at Will.
I think I will actually try to keep myself seen in here, at least by you.
Understood.
I wouldn't want me not being around to be a advantage they could take over us.
Very not.
One last question. Something that the bartender or the innkeep said. He said hags, plural.
Mm-hmm. There's usually more of them.
Are they more powerful when they're together?
Oh, yes. Covens, I believe they call them. But I could only sense one of the Fey nature. So I don't think we're dealing with a coven unless we are talking about some upstart coven.
Unless they split up for a bit.
They could be split up. It's a big forest.
Okay.
I'd say for safety's sake, assume that they're stronger than they are.
Never underestimate your enemy. Got it.
So now I have the right to stab old ladies. Right? I mean,
Will
at least we're in here.
How
Well-
could it be used against us?
Mm-hmm. Your mind can play tricks on you. That's what Will was just saying. Not everything is exactly what it seems. So
Take a moment to
I will stab him.
investigate a second time before you shoot with that new bow of yours.
mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay.
Just
I'm sure your
highlight-
sharp eyes can tell the difference, but all
All
right,
right, let's do this.
come on, I know the way. Why are you all walking faster than me? Damn you, longer legs.
So all of
Cinder
you.
cuddles around Fader's neck.
Aw. All of you approach the woods and cross into the darkness beyond you. There is a bit of a chill in the air. And it's more than just temperature. It's as if something creeping into you. There's just something not quite right about this place.
Ooh, this is unusual.
And Viren feels at home.
I was about to say that.
Home sweet home.
And Viren would actually be feeling, yes, home. The feelings of home would be reaching into Viren. Not home that like he shares with his brothers. No. This is more of this is a nice place. Maybe he was searching for a place like this all along.
Ah, paradise. Makes me think there's a fuck ton of undead in here too. That's fine.
Well, we have the undead expert, right?
Yeah, we
That
do,
we don't
right?
know about yet.
Yep.
I don't know what to talk about.
Hey, Lunisa. Anything above you, or you're allowed to shoot it.
I'll keep my eyes open for stuff above me. With my 27 perception or hearings,
Yeah.
I put arrows to the face.
Again, it's like with what Will just given that you're from the Fae, that you're used to woods and you're not hearing the sort of sounds you're used to. You hear the occasional and the occasional weird creak from a branch. This is much of the group of us tend to play after hours.
Okay.
Too.
The fog game.
Yeah, I need you to play a bit. Creeping into your bodies at this point as you continue darkness.
This place off simply. Make
All right.
What?
Yeah.
You ever heard of
Oh.
It's off the woods.
this piss off what an atmosphere they
I don't necessarily want to announce if it not if we haven't been noticed.
Oh, we are
Yeah.
I had that feeling as well.
Oops, I just put it back.
Okay.
hmm.
Let's go. Get these.
I trust your judgment.
You of us.
A tree.
Come on.
One day vine creeping around.
That's a tree, Will.
Whatever has been like this since the ways the trees seem to be dreary.
Ooh. Linus, you feeling in the between the trees, and you hear some more noise. That that looked wrapped around the tree or half dead is slowly uncurling.
Oh, good.
Threw a dagger and it's sticking it to the tree. Like pinning it down.
Did I hear?
Finally. Who is this?
Oh, that's that bitch that was just like, Yuri, what are you doing with that diamond? Aren't you supposed to give it to the giants? That was that scout bitch. That was
Died.
Yeah, that was Grace.
That was some
Grace.
Yeah, she's
I hadn't realized since the last time how.
against the displacer beam.
Yeah, that was over a
Yeah.
year ago now.
There.
And the displacer beam was here. Will was here.
Which is probably why the center part and didn't see the other tokens at the time. Yes, please. Okay. I actually wrote ratios here.
Part of me wants just to go off on his own and kind of kill this hag who is boss.
hag.
I visit the just
So you nailed that one there. You realize basically the throw?
It's an 8.
It's as an attack. So yeah.
Dagger at it.
you give Lenissa the chance to have no hesitation.
Yeah.
It's like we just will point through.
Look at that.
This one before I chose it. And
Oh,
the
boy.
surrounded by things and looked like they were standing. And I said,
Look at Lunisa. You know.
Wow.
That's a big bit.
Oh,
Lunisa.
Look at all these blind wizards of them over again.
I had again this week.
Oh,
Running
Wizard of the
what?
Wines, Wizard of the Wines wineries again this week. My current party's there.
hold on a second. I need to learn druids.
Don't move that close. I saw that.
It went pieces and removed.
A Bamp sender into the bye-bye space.
Aww.
this place, no hurt.
Yeah.
It's
Oh shit. I was looking through the class spell list. We say? Hmm.
Yeah.
How many spells do you have prepared?
Over 30.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Circle of the
Mm.
will just step in here and then looks at
okay.
and he casts Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, instant death.
Sorry, it's just the
Like-
forest. The forest is just a bit confused. Just take
doesn't like this.
yes, it does actually. I think it does.
Didn't even need to roll that. Was 40 anyway.
Hold on.
40 regardless.
That. If
So
you're talking
you-
about magical
I didn't
Oh,
even
it
need to
deals
roll.
maximum damage.
I
maximum, fuck.
I don't even think I needed to fury. Like I
Yeah.
said, I didn't even need to.
Will is here to name this for
You just no, and it just
She's just gonna move down so right up against Fearin. And where's the vine one right here?
You smash like some of the vines, just go down to the ground, and then you around. It seems to actually not for a second. Oh, and split your soaps into the vine blades.
Viren's
Alright.
a squishy wizard. Protect the wizard.
Yes. I
Okay,
don't know why I've
squishy.
never. I should have had.
Yeah, so Teddy comes running at Lunissa and tries.
is that it?
Yes, it is.
All right.
The next comes running at Viren.
Uh,
And it
Question. Let me just get this thing. Targets a creature within 5 feet of me. Image.
creature you
10
see. If it ran here, you would have been able to do that. Unfortunately,
The target.
no.
It's being
When a creature you can see hits other than you, within basically if something
Yeah,
came,
hits a target within.
yeah. So it's if this was in came you.
I was reading it as it was not saying
Yeah.
the creature, it was saying the target. That the
Wouldn't
When
it?
let me read this out loud so you get what I'm saying. When you can see hits a other than
other
you,
than you.
with
Feet.
yes.
Yeah, when it hit with feet of you.
Kind of like the shield, the defense
That's the
shield.
way I'm reading it. Here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how you until you can see hits a other than you within 5 feet.
Let's go with how far can you reach?
5 feet, which could put my blade right.
That's
okay,
like
maybe consider that. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's my
The wording of the
I'll leave it
proficiency
open
bonus.
open to
What is our proficiency bonus right now? Fuck.
and of course different because they're all okay. Two total
That
of
goes my.
0. Phage.
Mm. Yeah. Oh yeah. This one. Bob.
Smashed at 20. And another smashed.
See, she moved 10, 15. 20, 25. Let's see, 5, 15, 20. Okay, still 23, sure. And then Potion. She'll try to test that athletics. Oof, that's a bad.
Yeah.
It's at -2. Ouch.
Yep. Nissa.
It's a dark forest.
Yes, it is. It is a
Bonus action teleporter with shadow step. Good at dark. And then I'm just gonna be throwing this boy. You know
okay.
what? I'm gonna try animal sounds. So I have advantage.
Yep.
Second dagger.
And again,
Come on, game. Come on.
-5.
Yeah, that.
yeah.
Let's. Yeah.
Forest.
I know, man.
Well, you're it's all of yourself. Maybe Shiri. Oh, Shiri.
Does that pull?
Like
He's in, right?
so you see, just wave that, and suddenly fell 4 twig blights of
I'm. Oh dear.
some of the surrounding wood on this seems to. It seems like the wood has enough targets quenched easily.
a bit singed.
Just fucking go fire.
What else you need to do, Varen?
Uh,
The needle blight launch needles.
Air pose.
Post.
It misses.
The other needle Adra. And the final twig blight just runs out of the bush at Shiri.
Wrong move. You ran in the wrong direction.
Look at they're immediately gonna regret their life decisions that Will Fiori and then Phaedra.
Even worth spell slots.
Do they have nuts?
Hey, sometimes even
Of course.
sometimes even the parties have to deal with tight monsters.
Lele.
Spell slots.
Don't worry. I'll save you. You know what? Tell you what. He outflanks it. For that. Con cheat.
Uh,
Bam.
If you excuse over here and points out, right? You just run.
Anything else?
Nope.
not fast enough. 15, and we're going to just go
Bam.
because I get things on a short rest. I know far step. 60 feet. So no.
Sorry.
That one.
Didn't
Didn't know I had that
Phaedra
spell.
pouts. Hmm.
Time she's actually used that spell.
There's a spell, but.
Finder. Last minute. Or
Right.
something.
Keep it up.
And
Oh shit.
To 1 minute.
go.
Alright, everyone gather up again. Rolling, and that's just tested us out.
Went well for
That was probably the first test. Be interesting. We come here, or
Forest and they attacked us.
wait, how long were we in the forest?
I thought.
For what?
Bad.
An hour or two at this point.
Right, yeah, so.
Yeah, we could take a rest then.
I'm just saying, do it, Imber, especially after they got there and they to themselves like that.
How do you?
Let's see. So,
short time.
we
I can-
do have a lot of elves that don't sleep. Pick it up. I don't care.
I'm
Phaedra, just for like the.
Severe for one more to get spell slots back.
there's 2 hours and
Yeah, 'cause if I use my spell slots a bit.
I don't I need a long rest to get bell slot back. I just got one bell slot back.
Okay.
Yeah.
with similar, but one's
We get ambushed after like
Yeah.
hold a lot the first time because I'm pretty sneak up on me. I'll time
Okay.
like sneaky, but
well, we have 3 elves here. So many trans, like for 4 hours, plus another individual, then another elf for 4 hours, plus another individual for 2 hours.
All right.
Well,
whichever. If 2 elves take their long rest, and one watches for 4 hours, then those 2 take the last one technically.
Okay. Then I guess stay up with Viren on first watch and then go to sleep.
All right.
And then I'll release after I'll take the last watch with Lanisa maybe.
when the little watch.
On my
what?
last path.
Oh yeah, your laugh.
All right. How sleeping? Are you with the fire? Are you sleeping with the bent? What?
Let's see. So, Phaedra's got and stuff.
Because somebody else must be playing him. Who's got control of Urk?
I do.
Yeah, he apparently did not participate. 'Cause I was thinking, yeah, you don't have like Lehman's time in your head or Magnificent lessons. Like, I'm expecting you have a wizard and you've got a bard. What? So
Being out in the.
I think a couple levels.
I don't have anything for a tent.
No.
See here.
So yes or no to a fire?
Don't necessarily like the idea of the fire. Myself, without the rest of the group.
Vision.
Urk would say that he has.
Goggles.
Does.
Then we're good. No fire.
Black and white and dreary. Nice. Yeah.
Point and jury. No, it's not. Oh wait.
This way, Will, there's at least some sort of plant life
Oh
here.
yeah,
Not
Will is
hell.
enjoying this.
It's not hell.
So back home.
But
What?
The corrupted druid.
What? What do you think, Druid?
Creepy force, apparently.
No, we popped.
what?
Like this look of like.
Black forest. No, I don't. I don't. Forest for being dark and dreary. It's. Sure, it's influenced by probably fiend and hags, but you know.
It's a goth forest.
Yeah, it's a goth forest. It's going for a goth phase. It only lasts for like 300 years.
God damn it. What the
So, first watch. Text, please.
Shout.
Okay. Everything seems. Second watch. Who's on second watch?
Will and Viren.
Baron, yep.
Nice.
So could Will cast a spell one way? So I'm gonna roll. Oh shit! I had a touch on that. Sorry. He cast through the staff of speak with defeat of him gains limited sentience and animation.
Once again, immune. You got this, breeze sensation. Ill near.
Yeah.
Something you'd like to speak to the plants about.
It's on around usually
Death.
to meet us earlier.
Decay. No forest.
Good, but a little bit more death and decay, wouldn't you say? I mean, of course you wouldn't know. Someone else must have put you in this direction. Something?
It has always been this way.
Oh, it's always been this way. That's what all gophers say.
Soon you will hunt.
Decay or hunt? I'm all decaying.
Decay to nourish.
Yes, that. Rin is just seen Will
Yeah.
talking to tree.
You know.
What is up in the
And sometimes it's the spiders. The forest. It's the shadow
children?
ancient.
Hmm. Ah, yes. That is quite a curse. What about influences? Stuff Fae and Fiend.
They live here.
They just inhabit. Suppose this is no one's control. Understood. Well, thank you, though. There's with answers. And hospital with the welcome. We won't decay here.
The plant sensor for you.
No, seldom do. Hangs up.
Hangs up.
Hangs up.
Turns to Viren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking
You can
about
feel it too, right?
Yeah, sure.
Surely you have noticed the canopies.
Go on with this. You never
There's
a warning.
Or a threat.
Entirely trees.
It's entirely.
the cat is giving me a worried.
Mm.
What are you up to? What are you doing?
Shit Will wants to do for his watch.
So
Alright. That's me at least. My perception. But the is just better than apparently. Quitting.
Vanessa,
Gonna make the roll right now. Where's perception? Yeah.
Alright.
Don't worry, you have Linus on your side.
It's
You
good.
good?
So are you directly next to the rest of the party, or are you just nearby? Where are you in relationship to the sleepers?
Ooh, be high up in a tree, like up in the canopies.
Actually,
No.
actually, I'll be
I-
probably sitting on a tree bench looking down because I can just bamf up there, and I'm just playing with my knife. You know.
I wouldn't be that far away from the group.
I mean, how far away are the trees? Because I presume we are sleeping within the tree.
They're around you.
Yeah, I'll be like within 60 feet of the party in a tree somewhere.
All right,
Possible, right?
move your token.
Oh, goody.
No, let's take this tree. You know, just for fun.
Sure, it would like more like right there. Kind of right next to the sleeping people.
Guarding your
Look, I
beloved.
wanna sneak off and kill a hag on my own, but nah.
No,
Nah,
I
fam,
want-
not today.
I want to do that.
Ooh.
Well, let's tag team this.
No. Listen, you can have the fiend. I will have the hag.
Deal. Next watch, we will join and then just ditch the party.
Oh,
Oh my god.
We'll have a race. Who can kill the one first?
Y'all are killing me.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm in that tree holding a
well,
dagger.
this
you know,
all of a
watching.
sudden you feel as if something has shoved a hand through your body, and 15 points of cold damage erupts through you.
I don't. How did I not see that thing coming?
I rolled a 27 on stealth.
Oh,
Fuck my life. What's is there a deck save for this, or is this
No,
just straight
I
up?
already rolled an 18. I was rolling it in secret, so this in
Oh,
case it
okay.
missed. Except if it missed, all you would feel is a slight wind sensation nearby.
No, I'm thinking, do I have uncanny? No, uncanny dodge is not a monk thing. Ah, sad face. Okay.
You didn't know it was there until it stuck its hand through you. Basically, it's an incorporeal hand, so basically that's why it's taking cold damage. Also, you
Wait, ain't
take
there
strength
resistance?
damage.
oh, they're shades.
Wait, I'm checking if I'm resistant to cold damage, because...
Yeah. You also lose 5 points of strength.
That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
from the strength score, right?
I hate these things.
Oh
Oh
god.
no, this isn't what you think it is. This
Oh,
is
it's
something
not?
even more
Oh, no.
interesting that I found.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
good.
honest with you, I never use strength anyway.
No,
Um,
but it's not. That's not good
Oh.
The
either. That
fuck
means
is
it's
that?
low. That means it's low. And if it's already
Oh, I know
low,
what this is.
then you're fucked.
Yeah, you basically
Oh,
turn.
why? No, why did I roll so shit on my...
Oh, look at that in the initiative. It says a certain thing there.
Oh, no, no, ma'am.
It's just a
Mm.
vampire.
No,
man.
ma'am.
Wait,
It's not just a vampire.
It is a shadow vampire. The rest of you don't have initiative yet. You're asleep. You're asleep or unconscious, except for Shiori, and Shiori is unaware of what's going on here.
Oh, that's
okay.
Oh, you know, it's just a vampire.
It's just a vampire. It's easy.
So,
Okay,
Vanessa, as you feel the strength draining away from your body, you turn and you see this pale humanoid creature staring back at you with shadows simply pouring out of its eyes and mouth. Its hand pulling itself free of your chest, and
Ah.
not quite solid.
Did it?
Good.
It probably technically already had a turn in initiative, right?
Yes, it did. Because it
Damn
snuck
it.
up on you and had basically had a surprise round on you.
Oh,
It's
the
fine.
assassin got surprised. Oh,
Wait. I technically can't be surprised. I think. Where is it?
Well, it's like you don't get it.
That's alert you're thinking
My,
of.
my point is that since you made your roll and all that, you didn't see it, and it's transubstantial. It's basically can't be seen easily. That kind of basically made it a wash roll, which means your roll was then the correct one, 24, and I rolled a 27 for stealth. So
Okay, so then it's my turn.
but you didn't take any extra damage due to prize. It's more of your assassinate doesn't work against this because it's already attacked you.
Yeah, that's bullshit. So I'm just gonna stab him in the face. Does 15 hit?
Let's see, and it's the vicious dagger. That means it's a attack thing. Hold on 1 second. That hits. Let me check something. Yes.
Okay. First things first. It can make me a con save.
What's the stunning strength? Let's look at this for a second. 1 second.
Let's hope it can be stunned, but I doubt.
That's what I'm checking. Exhausted, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned. Nope, it doesn't say anything about can't be stunned.
But isn't stun technically beta?
Stun is its own
Stunned
thing.
is its own thing, which
Okay,
means
yeah.
it is not immune to stun.
Has
Oh.
surprisingly a lot of thing.
Oh.
Not
Hey. Hey, guy. Oh wait, I have advantage on that.
Yes. Yeah. You're using your turn to strike at it. It then takes 16 points of damage altogether, and it is now stunned.
Sneak attack.
Yeah, so the advantage you now have sneak attack.
And 18 points of sneak. Yes.
Nope, that's just the advantage roll.
Oh.
So 11 points of sneak attack. Then, because I'm a monk, bonus action.
You do remember, by the way, that you took. Oh, sorry, you're based on dexterity, so you don't use strength anyway. And that
Yeah.
misses. You're gonna have to roll again because you got advantage due to it being stunned. Yes, and it did take
Same
the
damage.
7.
Is unarmed strikes based on strength though?
Not for monks.
Nope.
Not for
Nope,
monks.
dex.
Really? Oh, I haven't played a monk.
Yeah.
Monks replace everything
Flurry
with
of blows
dexterity if they're
also?
if it's a monk weapon. Or
Yeah.
effect.
How many strikes do you
They're
have?
bullshit.
Hold on. 1, 2,
I have
3,
2
4,
attacks.
5?
No,
Oh, that's right,
4.
Yeah, you see, oh,
That's
that's right.
advantage.
That's right. That's the advantage roll.
Monk bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Then
Monk's
it's
bullshit.
then it's my turn again.
Are you going to alert
so-
any other member of your party?
No,
Are
I'm
you
having
sure?
fun.
Oh my god.
My god.
So poor Shiori over there has no idea you're currently in the middle of a battle.
Nope.
And
So-
she did roll poor on the perception.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The rest of you
I'm
are
gonna
asleep
stop
/ tranced.
Here, I'll
Again.
throw in some battle music for you, Quentin.
There we go. Let's see. Let have the assassin get their own little battle.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
Sneak attack there. Because it was still
Yeah.
technically stunned.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Oh, Snake
Also-
Eyes.
you hate to see
Also-
it.
Stunning strike again.
You fucker.
I'll refresh that stun.
It's like, ha! I will murder you instantly.
Oh.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Stunning strike again.
Fuck.
Monks
Being
are
up-
bullshit.
Yeah.
Wait, if you have a fight during a long rest, do you still get your things back after the fight after the long rest?
All the key points come back on a
Interesting
short rest.
question.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I can just short rest. Anyway, so
This
yeah.
is one of the reasons
another
why monks
concept-
Ooh.
Okay, flurry of blows.
It's challenging you this time.
Okay, let's try that again.
If only there was someone else that could help.
Another 19. Come on. I want to say ooh again.
17.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I have one more. Can you please be stunned?
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Oh my god!
If only there was somebody in the field that was awake that could have alerted to this scenario.
Natural 20.
Oh.
And that vampire says, "Fuck you."
Oh.
And I'm
Hi,
gonna
Lisa.
move my movement to get out of the tree and like kick you, and then like point
Oh.
towards the tree.
Oh, that's right. Oh no, you already used your bonus action to disengage. It gets an attack
was
of
stunned.
opportunity.
It
on
did
you.
not
It was
get that
stunned.
opportunity.
It was still stunned when he
If
moved.
it was still stunned, how do you restun something with those anyway? I'm just
Uh,
curious.
Stun just reapplies it. It lasts until the end
Okay.
of my turn, but if I reapply it, it stays stunned until
Okay.
the next turn.
So it uses mirror image at will.
Did I alert Shiori to the fact that I have been stabbed?
Well, you just kind of bamped over to her, and you said you look a little bit drawn and pale and weaker than you normally are.
Yeah,
So
and
Shiori
I can't be surprised.
visually
there's that fun.
notices that you would probably have that. Let's see here.
You have to roll so high on his Constitution saves. I wanted to 1v1 him for the XP.
No, it's great.
Why don't you use XP?
No. I just wanted to 1v1 a
You
vampire.
want the 1v1 for
Oh.
the story.
I forgot. When I attacked you earlier, I needed another 46 of damage on you. Hold on.
Oh.
Here's
just
another
stole-
46. How bad can that be?
It's
What?
called Strike from Shadow.
You told me he didn't have sneak attack, a liar.
That's not. I didn't think of that as a sneak attack, but yeah, you were both in shadows, so you actually lost an additional 14 points of damage.
It's not sneak attack, it's just a bunch of d6s.
Just looks like it and feels like sneak attack, but it's not
It's,
sneak
it's
attack.
just twice your sneak attack.
So,
It just works better than sneak attack.
so this thing flies out of the tree, stays 10 feet away from you, and once again it does its grasp. And if it hits you, it will do 8d6.
Fucking hell.
So I got an additional 46 of damage to you.
Calm down, man. I know I stunned you.
Oh,
tried to do
and
it.
1d6 of strength loss. You lose an
To be
additional
fair,
3 points of strength.
Loki, I have wait, an additional 3?
Yep,
Mhm.
an additional 3 points of strength.
You've lost
What's your
8
strength
total.
score?
I have 4 strengths.
Oh,
What's that it now?
no.
I think you're currently unable to move anywhere due to all the stuff that you have, all of your equipment.
I mean, I'm.
Over encumbered.
Yep, you're currently over encumbered and can't move.
I
Oh my
have.
god. It's Fallout over again.
You're
You're holding too much junk.
I mean, am I holding too much junk?
Are you wearing armor?
I don't wear armor right now. I only have my daggers, my blink belts, and like a bow on me. I think 4 strength is enough to carry all that.
It's 5 times or something, like whatever your strength score is.
I mean, let me just check with all the weight I have. Almost.
Yeah, I can
Just
see
write
if
it
you're
down.
wearing armor, you could move. But if you're not wearing,
Yeah,
You've your total.
and I'm not encumbered. I took me because it doesn't.
Your
encumber-
total weight and 20, so yeah, in here.
Oh, wait, yeah. Just clean. I don't see it. Let's see. I'm probably not staying back if we're taking a long. For
Changed.
It didn't change.
have 5
BRB.
Didn't specify holding though. I don't know, but
better
in the same sense of
and you take a rest.
you much.
Yeah, but
Like for example, like paladin on watch would be when they're full plate.
it's kind of you don't need to get watching stuff. But armor is different.
If you're out hiking and taking a stop, you take off your backpack.
Okay.
You place
Would argue you have on you, sure. Like whenever you take rest, if I'm not planning on moving and thinking I'm gonna leave it behind, I'm probably not wearing it. But
Yeah,
even
just
then,
keeping that in mind, the gear that's in the back at that point. Then
crowbar when I'm fighting a vampire.
you also have the rope or pitons are useful, or things like I don't know if you have any on you, but you don't have any holy water or things like that nature.
Fair, yeah.
You
No,
want
I
me to
mean I
roll
don't even know if you
initiative
have
as well?
any, but yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Shiori needs to roll initiative though.
Okay. Where's my
And
button?
did you take the full damage from that?
I wait.
The 26 and
Yeah.
then the 3 strength. Yeah.
Wait. The strength I did 26. Was it?
Yeah, it was 26.
Okay.
Yeah. Shiori.
She's going to shout out attack. Attack. Kind of get everybody awake. Does she recognize that this is like something more vampiric?
Yeah, but it's shattered out of its face. And instead of trying to bite her and basically her, and it seemed to be transubstantial.
Cool. This works. Think fast and catch, motherfucker.
All right, it
I have
has
2 of those.
It has mirror image up.
Oh, that's right. I wouldn't throw that then. Fuck that. I wouldn't waste it. 'Cause I wouldn't want to hit. I forgot I had mirror image. I'm not used to things casting magics. So fuck you, you mirror image bastard. Is it on the ground? Can I reach it if I move up?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm here. Oh,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Nah.
Now again.
Now we can.
I must have accidentally hit a button on my new headset.
Melee then instead?
Yeah.
Or is it like up in the air? Okay.
So high up that it can't hit you.
So we're going to first off bonus action Hexblade's curse, because fuck that thing.
Does
And
Hexblade's work against mirror image?
Hexblade's curse is I just target a creature.
Okay.
We're going to hope I can land some hits here. Or at least eliminate some of these things. So we're gonna go bop.
Let's see here. I'm not used to rolling for mirror image. If you have 3 duplicates, you must roll 6. Okay, roll a d20 to determine whether attack targets duplicates. Attacks that an 11, so off one of the duplicates. So
Can attack.
two. Hold on. With 2 duplicates, you must roll an 8 or higher. So down to 1 duplicate.
Action surge.
And let's see here. Must roll 11. Nope. Smack the thing itself. 6 damage.
Cool. I'm gonna expend this. Eldritch Smite. I have another 68.
Oh yeah, it's dead then.
Fuck that.
Yeah, the weird shadowy vampire collapses to the ground, and the shadows around it seem to dissipate, and the humanoid body that it leaves behind just kind of disintegrates into dust.
Everyone starts getting up as that happens.
Yeah, so Phaedra, you see it withered and injured Lanissa. Viren, you basically sniffing into the air.
What? What? Attack? What?
Sweet.
That's like kind of dissipate.
It had channel of its eyes and mouth. It's like reached through.
So you?
Okay.
I don't think so.
Vanessa,
Yes.
you stayed, didn't you? I told you, didn't I? How are you?
Over there, and I point like in a very general. Way is a big word. Look up earlier than I think he was. Like he was very good at not being stunned.
So what?
Some
Something.
sort of-
The trees told me about it earlier.
Okay, I might go for the. How deep are we? Second, third, and fourth watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is third watch. This is probably in the middle of the third watch. So yeah, I'm in like the 7th hour.
6. I don't know. Math.
Just
Right, 5th or 6th. Yeah, my
Hmm.
brain.
My goodness. I say stay close. I mean it for a reason. We worked our way through hell. I know how you work. You'd like to remain unseen like me. But in this place,
Mhm. I just thought of we're all still alive.
you're barely.
be fine.
I've been.
We will as long together.
I'm gonna take a short rest now.
Should you look like shit?
Hey,
Can
Shh.
contact that it a
They kind of
sorry?
advantage.
that worries. Why does he have advantage? It can't be a good thing.
26.
All right, you have vampires. Meanwhile, you've read books from library at some point. Vamp fiendish creates human or other humanoid, but would by curse. Got human with stringy hair, see misty strands, sleep from cavity, mouth, basically the head origin. It's believed that they originate from probably lost world. It's hard to tell where exactly it is. Uh, being ruled by or other powerful magic is time magic, but essentially all things lack time. It has ace, and it's believed that originate from the shadow or the shadow fell. From there, they occasioned or even something. Never expected to see one.
I really want to see it. The dust desert continues to.
Shit. What? I hung up. How? What?
It, it's a type, not in the.
Know really what a vampire around the campfire. I don't know.
Dead. That's
And
foolish. Oh yeah, the trees told me they're mortal. Mortal.
Being you, it intrigued you. Vampires, they're not dead. They're fiends.
They just
the curse.
left them around.
I mean, really? I've read fair.
The trees told me.
Them.
Well, they said the children of children, plural. There was spiders up there, but I felt like that is less important. Anyway, if
Yeah, I need to. Nice. He better be a.
Her out from the safe spot. Uses her sensor to keep an eye out. She's sleeping.
Aw. Pillar drive.
That's it.
What?
Yeah, whoever's roll.
I am now more on fucking.
After the attack, better stay alive.
Eyes.
shadow vampire. Shadow.
I can't be. Just
So we got a quick break.
Yay.
Yeah, it's like You're gonna die from straight.
Yeah.
Um,
More interesting charisma.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Welcome back.
And did you watch the horrible movie yet?
No, I haven't found a copy of it.
I mean, today is the holiday. Today would be the day.
I
I
thought
mean,
it was the
technically
5th
it
of
would have been
December,
yesterday.
which was yesterday for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but he comes today. Like, my parents put chocolate at the chimney, which looked very much like normal Christmas chocolate.
Did he ever scare you as a kid, or was he or were you just you know
I don't think he scares that many people because we like get indoctrinated about him very early. Like he visits schools every year and brings everyone candy.
no, but I thought bad things happen to to bad children or something like that, or is that just
That's
Krampus plus that horrible movie you're telling me about?
I mean, sure, but like they say that, but it's not like they indoctrinate us. Like we heard, yeah, if you're a nice kid, like he has a book wherein it says if you've been nice or bad, and
You're nice. Yes, that's how we phrase it
yes,
over here.
yeah, no, it's yeah. We know we also have Christmas.
Yep, I know, but I'm just talking language here, dude.
You know, so, yeah. So yeah, and if you've been bad, you don't get presents and you get coal instead of presents.
Which I never quite understood because coal is still coal. At least at the time when those myths would have been circulating, would still have been useful. It'd have been a useful thing for the family to have a lump of coal.
Yeah, but it would have been wouldn't it? It's not something a kid looks for. Like,
Yeah, I
oh
know,
yeah,
but my point
coal.
is that it's still something that rather than a personal gift for you, it is a gift for the whole family to stay warm.
Yeah, but that's a gift.
Back in the day.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying is
that's
it's almost like the coal is the anti-capitalist statement right there
no,
because
no.
it's for
That's sort
togetherness.
of if your kid's been bad, you can buy something useful for yourself. That's why it's
And
cool.
that's another way to say it. Yes, see there we go.
Probably because if you have a bad kid, at least you buy something useful. If it would have been like, oh, you get a dirty sock, like that's no use.
That's not good for anybody.
Yeah, like cool. Yeah, I can do something with that. You
Mhm.
know, maybe he's just giving them a reason to channel that energy into something productive, like art. You can
Yeah,
make some cool charcoal art.
yeah.
It's not that bad.
Mhm.
But yeah, and like way in the past, like before Corona time, and was when I was still little, like some companies do these like have these events where they give out toys to all the children from the kids from the factory. So if like
Aw.
my parents
My
both worked
parents
there,
worked at the factory.
yeah, both my parents worked at factory, so we used to go to
Oh,
like these
yeah. What
this
kind of
like
factory, by the way? I'm curious.
uh, shock absorbers for cars.
Cool. Useful thing.
Yeah.
No, those are quite useful.
I mean, yeah, they are useful. I sometimes work there as a summer job, but Corona doesn't allow that this year, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm looking at other avenues. I wish
Well,
I could go work.
maybe in your country you could do what Quentin does in his.
Wait, what? You're talking to me?
No, not Quentin. Sorry, Tobias. Why do I do that? Why do I swap your name sometimes in my head?
What is the buy? Because we're foreigners. I see.
Yeah, it's because we're foreigners.
All foreigners are the same.
Filthy
Rick and Jesse
foreigners.
are foreign
Okay.
too. And hell, no one else is in my state, so they're technically all
No,
foreigners.
the internet is in US of A. That's where it is. Everyone else is foreigners.
Ha! No, but I did that to people in real life, and like if I was talking to people, I would swap their names around sometimes because my brain does that, and it's like it's unfortunate that happens to be you too, but
I, it's fine. I do that to other people all the time.
yeah.
It's
No, what I'm saying is maybe you could do what Tobias does in his country.
what do you do?
What do I do? When?
Yeah. I don't know.
When do you work?
Oh, I work mostly during spring, summer, a little bit into autumn, and now I'm not working.
And what?
Hmm?
Now I'm confused. How do you mean? You just you mean like a job, right?
Yes, I was talking
Like
about what you were talking about how you sometimes worked in the factory, and like
yeah.
maybe you could do what Tobias does.
Well, I mean, I don't recommend it. You have to be very cheap.
I mean, low key though. I mean,
I mean,
as long,
it does bring down stress. Like, yeah, you only have to think about not spending money.
I mean, to be fair, as long as I have Wi-Fi and food, there's not much else I need.
Yeah. Welcome to the modern day. I mean, you have to pay rent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome to the modern day that isn't the United States.
I mean, we still need to pay rent. You know.
Mm. I'm actually thinking about getting some kind of a job, but I'm being picky.
Mm.
Like,
I mean, to be fair, if you're gonna be doing it a lot, you might as well be.
Because over here, the thing you have to worry about is, of course, healthcare, which means you have to find a permanent job.
Yes, healthcare.
And then after that, you can start worrying about: do I have enough money to move out? Do I have enough money for food that's beyond just packaged meals? That sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
I found a very cheap house for rent today. I think it's probably a wrong listing. So I found a house that's like a very expensive one that's like 25,000 euros a year, which is like 2,000 a month, which is like way too much because that's like almost more than both of my parents
How
make.
how how, how big is it?
I don't know, it's like
And
not
where
that
is it
big.
located? Is it located in the middle of a nice city? Is
I
it
mean,
the
define nice city. It's in the
I
middle, like
sadly don't know the cities in Belgium, so I'm so
yeah,
sorry I
no.
can't
I
define
mean,
one.
I guess it would. I guess you would consider it a nice city, though. I mean, uh, it's right next to the train station, though. So I no, so that's pretty good, I guess. And then I found one for like 1,000 the price. So I found one for 25,000, and I found one for 25 a month, like
Wow.
€25. I was like,
Wait, how
wait,
the fuck is there? Does anything cost 20? Rent cost
yeah,
20? What?
I think that's probably a fault or something
You
because I
can't
can't.
even you can't even rent a bathroom in the states for something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably cheap because it's right next to the hospital.
I mean, the cheapest parking spot you can rent for a month in the states is $100.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that's probably a mistake. But it's like 25 euros a month. I mean, I could just, if I'm sick at home, I could just be like, fuck it, I'm going there. Because at that price, I can probably afford to go live on my
It's
own.
probably haunted, anti-Wi-Fi somehow, and has murderers who occasionally sneak in and kill people.
Still doesn't sound too bad.
No Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi. How could you live in a place with no Wi-Fi?
I don't use Wi-Fi that often. I use wired internet.
Okay, let me rephrase then. It's somehow an internet dead zone that has no cell
I'll
reception.
fucking steal internet from the hospital. I'm probably within the cell range.
No. I mean, it's cell destroying. Even if you bring an internet device in that's connected by a wire, it suddenly goes dead.
I mean, I can understand that it's the big drawback is that it's very hard to park there, as far as I can know. Bonus, you're like right next to a flower shop, so if you ever fuck up with your wife or significant other, you can just walk out the door, buy flowers, walk back in. Just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Just give me a moment. I'll be back in 2 minutes." No. Yeah, no. I'm thinking that's probably some mistake, or maybe like there's no water or anything.
Like I said, haunted murderers come by, then somehow no internet could penetrate that location. That's the only explanation rather than typo.
I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't mind it being haunted. Then at least I'll always have company. You know.
Yes.
I mean, it might
That's one way
depend.
to lift your spirits.
And they're
I mean,
named Thomas for some obscure reason.
yeah, you know. What could be cooler than having a ghost friend? You know.
And you occasionally have idiots bumbling in your house screaming for the ghost. And waving odd devices around.
I'll ask them for an entrance fee. The house pays for itself. You know,
There you go.
25 years a person. Like if I have like a day where I can have like a few of them people in there, like the house is paid for. You know?
Exactly. Okay, is everyone back?
I think so. I heard Tobias.
I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
yeah.
Tobias is back.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, I
everyone's
talked to
back.
him. He was writing notes.
So you guys wake up after that. Not so well for some of you. It was a really bad night. Others of you got woken up briefly and then went back to sleep. People are rested up, except for Lunissa, who only got a short rest.
Oh, I still need to roll hit dice.
Yes.
I mean, Loki, I do get everything back on the short
Yes.
rest.
Thankfully, your strength regains on a short rest. So.
Just to ask out of question, I mean, we'll commute with trees. Did they call them the Children of Shadow or the Shadow Children? Just writing notes.
Children of Shadow.
Children of Shadow.
And just a reminder, by the way, you only get half of your hit dice back on a long rest.
Yep, half of your level basically.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just a reminder when you need to use a bunch of hit dice rather than taking a long rest for reasons like this, that you really only get that because usually that never comes up. So usually we don't worry about it, but I just wanted to make a point.
All right. And I'm up to date.
Just fucking all of them. Good lord.
And I'll probably won't get hurt that much. Unless
It's gonna take at least 2 long rests to get that back.
about 2 long rests still. It's fine. Normally speaking, I don't take damage in combat because I'm always teleporting away, but
You say this.
Oh, and your strength is back, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I already fixed that.
It's other than the attack. It comes back on short or long rest.
Okay, good. All right.
All right. So the group of you awake and get on with your day, trudging through the woods. What time of day it is anymore? Here. So who? You guys are
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is
No.
the road? How is the road?
no.
No.
We are going north.
Yeah, we're going north.
The road goes north, does it not?
Does it?
Does it?
Based on the
You have
map
been
that we
told that,
looked at.
and looked at a map briefly, probably at the village, the village you were last in, and know that the road supposedly goes all the way to the city you're trying to reach.
I mean, sure, we can
Possibly.
always
And
just
the
go off.
road seems to be mostly straight, just weaving slightly here and there, probably around an obstacle, or at least an obstacle at the time. But it
We
seems
will-
to be going in one direction, basically.
I mean, sure, if you want to just go north. we
No,
can
I'm just
ignore the
saying
road.
we're following the road in a northern direction, being specific.
Good enough.
Okay.
Well, I could.
Investigate to stay north, to dip in a different direction. And who's going to keep watch? Because you got the two choices there. You could either follow the road because it seems to be going straight, only the occasional dip here and there, or you can continue on in a straight line from what you believe to be north based on your entry into the woods.
And someone can make sure we're staying going north, even if we're following a road.
I'd
Yeah.
I could check out.
So that person should be rolling a survival check,
I
and somebody else roll.
hello.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's just that I could magic.
Oh, magic.
Magic?
Would forest magic.
Forest magic.
Yes.
All right.
Just give me 10, 11, 12 minutes.
Okay. I
Okay.
will, we
10,
will give
11,
them.
12.
We'll give him an unspecified amount of time.
Yes.
That might be 10, 11, 12, maybe even more. We don't know.
Ritual casting commune with nature. I love this spell.
Once again, cold and alien comes to mind.
Yeah. You're very dreary and very gloomy. Whatever. Now let's see about the road ahead. So he will learn about the terrain and see
Alright.
whether or not the road makes any unusual shifts or turns, or if there is any obstacles or anything like that. Up to 3 miles ahead.
And you get back. The road does not always exist in this world. It goes in and out of the land. We cannot see into the other world, but you will not know when you've crossed the threshold.
Oh boy. Oh well, all right. So like this spell doesn't really, it's not about asking question. This is just instantly gain knowledge of the
Yeah,
three
so-
facts.
Yeah, basically you wouldn't see that. It's almost like Swiss cheese. It's like you see the road disappearing
Oh, so
into
it's like
something.
it's patches out. Like
Yeah, because of the
there's
way the plants perceive it. It's different
Yeah.
from how you'd perceive it.
Oh
Whereas
yeah, all right, yeah,
it's
that
Swiss
makes sense.
cheese as if okay, it's Swiss cheese as if the road is going straight through Swiss cheese. You can only technically see the Swiss cheese, but the road is weaving into the Swiss cheese, out of the Swiss cheese, into the Swiss cheese, out of the Swiss cheese. So you can see that the road continues on, and you can see that there is Swiss cheese there.
Hmm.
But you got this idea that if you were on the road, you wouldn't be able to tell where those points happened.
Okay. And he goes once again to try and find the Fae. Like,
Right.
is the Fae nearby?
The Fae is just there's just seems to be a Fae within 3 miles somewhere to the west.
Hmm. And of course, are there more fiends?
And there are it's looking mostly for like the strongest influence of fiends, right? Or
Yes,
fiends
the
in general.
powerful
Yeah, the
celestial
most
fiend.
powerful of fiends in there. Though there are other fiends that appear to be like really low level, but that are being overpowered by this light, or
Hmm.
dark, I should say, of the fiend.
Hmm.
There are fiends that are in different places, like little tiny
Hmm.
cold spots of fiend, and then there's like one big one, kind of off to the east.
Hmm. All right, so Will gets out of his little meditation trance thing. Do you? I think it would be a good idea to go off road every now and then.
Oh?
Some places here are not of this world. If I were to guess, perhaps like back at that complex where there was a portal to the elemental planes. There are probably hidden portals all over this woods leading to different planes, most likely Feywild.
Oh, the Shadowfell.
It could be that, yes, absolutely.
Considering the creature that attacked.
Yes, Shadowfell is not unlikely. So can Will remember, like, from what he sensed, like, would he know where to step off the road and walk around one of these holes in the cheese?
Not necessarily, given the nature of the forest here, but it's possible you have at least a advantage on checks to see if you've wandered into one of them, because
Hmm.
you'd be more likely to notice something.
Hmm. Yes. It's gonna be hard, but we might end up on an entire different location. Probably why people get lost here, but now that we know that, perhaps we can tell.
Well, if there is some sort of, I would imagine, magic that causes a shift in the planes, I might be able to see it. I don't know. I've never tried to look. She shrugs.
Yeah. You
But I
can
can
try. I
investigate.
definitely suggest it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Though they are rather hidden sometimes.
Fair.
You fall into them all sometimes.
Experience with that, do you?
It's not our first time traveling through old wood.
Falling into portals is what I mean.
That's what I mean as well. Also, there was an uncomfortable feeling to the east. Fiendish.
Well, we stay hopefully to the north then.
Hopefully. Let's move on. And will try to take the lead, considering he has in mind of what the plans showed him and the idea of stepping into another place. He wants to keep an eye out for where they go, even though they're following a road
Yeah,
for
Phaedra
most
will
of the time.
keep her. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's just as they follow the road for most of the time. He wants to know when they have to step off the road.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Phaedra's keeping that up at all times.
okay. You gaze around to the woods, and there is, like, low tendrils of magic around. It's not like some of the stuff you've run into before where things are illusionary or magical all over the place. It's like there's just a potential for magic in these woods, like a higher magic spot than others.
So it's a magical forest.
Yes and no. It's got a higher magical potential. It's not. Let's see. I don't know the best way of putting it. Sorry. It's just got
Hmm.
a much higher magical potential. But you continue on for a bit until eventually you see what looks like a half buried, well, not really buried, but half overgrown structure, just a little bit off to the east, like mostly hidden by the woods, but you can kind of pick out what looks like the frame of a building.
Question:
Hmm.
Did Will not take notice of this,
What?
or was this when he cast his spell, or was this outside of his range?
You didn't ask for information on buildings. You asked for
Uh,
the road, and you asked for Fey and Fiend.
yeah.
Yeah, you get up to 3 facts.
It said nothing about are there any buildings anywhere.
Oh yeah. I see. Sorry, I thought terrain was part of buildings, but no.
No.
Right.
When you were saying you're going into terrain and you wanted to ask specifically about the road.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. No. Yeah, but I can see in the text now the terrain and buildings are two different
Yeah,
things.
that text it needs an editor badly. They are missing
Yes, it
lots
does.
of commas and what's the other one?
They need to make it a
Semicolons.
checklist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that it makes it a little bit rough to read.
Maybe I could edit it.
But anyway, yeah, you now see a building off a little bit to your right hand side or east. A lot of it mostly hidden by the trees, overgrown, vines, roots, all sorts of things. But you can just make out the outline of it of an opening and a stone edifice around.
Phaedra will turn her eyes that direction. Anything popping with detect magic?
No more than had been.
I'm sorry, you cut up. What?
No more than what you had been seeing in terms of ambient magic.
Okay.
It's not a warm spot. It's not a cold spot. It's just there.
It's just hanging out.
Yeah.
It's chilling.
Here, girl.
Cinder is
Send
just
Cinder
like
in.
nuzzling your cheek, and then flies off to the building.
Hand on whoever's next to Phaedra's shoulder.
That'd probably be Shiori if she would want to be next to you.
See through Cinder's eyes. Just check it out.
All right. She flies in and just starts looking around. There is a mostly stone floor, although occasionally in places there are breaks and vines that have grown up through. There is a scattering of small bones in one corner as if it was once used as a den by something. There is a stone table on another end that looks like it has some smashed pottery upon it. Uh, it looks like maybe once upon a time this was a small stone home that was just nearby this road. Maybe back in the day when this road was being used. A place that you could have used for, camping, but you just had a long rest not long ago.
Yeah. Cinder will just do once around. Maybe like slightly dig through the bones, see if there's anything of interest in there, and then yeah, just do it once around and then come back to Phaedra.
Investigation with Cinder.
She's not great on investigation.
Hmm.
Oh, that looks a lot better, Will.
Oh yes, nice. So, yeah, it basically just looks like bones. There's a couple like small broken pieces of bone in there too, but nothing special.
She'll grab one of the pieces of pottery that was on the table and then fly out.
All right.
And comes back to Phaedra. And she'll relay what she saw. Seems like something was using it like some sort of a den, but nothing really much of interest in there. Broken pieces of pottery, bones, dirt floor,
No, stone floor.
stone floor.
It's not impossible that a hag or other arcane influenced person has taken interest in this area and tried to make it a base. But I don't think the hag is in control here. No. It doesn't seem like anyone is in control of this forest.
Mm-mm.
did say yesterday that it wanted us dead for nourishment.
What?
What?
Oh,
Just
when I
can't
talked
think-
to it.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Good.
I told it politely, no.
Thank you for that.
Mm.
Hopefully we don't have to be less than polite.
Okay. I guess we just keep walking.
All right. Someone keeping watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will is keeping an eye out for any signs of passing over to the other side.
All right.
Fader's keeping an eye open and also with detect magic up at all times.
All right. So yeah, they're basically for Phaedra's point. She is starting to see a slight increase in the ambient magic around. It's not anything specific. It's more like all over, as if the temperature's rising a bit. Uh, well, with your perception and such, not far from where Phaedra is detecting, like the increase of background magic.
Ooh.
You see what looks like a mass of pile of leaves and twigs and just moss and plant matter moving about. Like you just see it curling around one tree and just like sort of ambling along towards the road.
How big?
Pretty big. It's big enough that it could easily swallow you whole and possibly engulf Eric as well.
Will kind of just holds his staff out, like stopping people from moving forward, and then just points it out with the staff silently.
Mhm.
As this thing shambles towards the road, you notice that there's actually two of them, and they're very close together.
Can Will tell what they are? And can I also say I don't like the way you use the word shambles?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I believe Will has enough knowledge of these sort of things to recognize it as two shambling mounds making their way past.
Oh, good.
Mm.
Roll a
Shambling
fire.
mounds.
A lot of fire.
I painted one of those.
I'm not sure if fire is gonna be enough for those.
What fire? What are we burning?
What are those?
What are those?
Shambling mounds.
Oh, good. Well. Hey, Lunisa, fire!
Ah.
You say so.
Would Phaedra be more up with me, or should I go back by her?
It's up to
What
you.
kind of fire?
Oh, Fader would be
Fire.
in the front.
I
Sorry.
don't- But shit.
I was just trying to figure out like where we would be in terms because don't know what's going to happen, and I feel like Lunis is about to trigger something.
So I think Will and Fader are in the front because they're kind of keeping an eye out.
Bonus action flame dagger.
Oh, good.
So Will kind of just looks at Fader, like mouth half agape, like
What?
oh nothing.
I'm not sneaky.
I can make you sneaky.
Which one are you throwing that flame tongue dagger at, Lanissa?
Fire is not gonna
this-
help.
This one. Is this a surprise? Yes or no?
Yeah, they didn't seem to be paying any attention to you.
Okay, let me just find how much dice I need to roll for crit damage.
we need to let the Lunisa out and have some fun every once in
Hey,
a while.
out of
Will.
character knowledge, roll this fire dice separately.
Yeah, Lanissa did. It's on there.
All right,
Like for the crit damage as well.
for the crit damage as well.
It'll show up like that on an automatic roll. So, roll for initiative. I didn't realize these things were whispering to me.
What?
No, it was whispering. I made the initiative rolls, and they whispered. And wow, those things are very slow.
Don't worry, I am
Like,
playing.
are they speaking to you, Chris?
No, whispered.
Are they speaking to you?
Oh, please don't.
GM whispers.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't say that. Last time last session I DM'd, I had a character who interpreted like moving stones, and my players were like, "Are you friends with rocks?" Oh. They went on for half an hour how this guy was friends with rocks, man. My players. Yeah, but
Whoa.
that's. I think that's a decent
Well,
decent amount of
remember, rocks
damage.
crush scissors, which means they also crush. They can also crush swords and such.
Okay.
Paper beats rock.
Yes, so
But lizard beats rock.
so the wizard would defeat the rocks. Yes. Who's rolling for Urk?
I mean, oh wait, yes,
Yeah, one of you decided to
the
take control of
Urk.
Urk.
The
Your
Urk!
responsibility.
I mean, decided.
The greatest band artist, the Urk.
Phaedra.
Artist formerly known as Urk.
Okay, let's see what we got here. What's the range on that? It's 30 or 20?
By the way, did he take the damage?
Yes, it did.
20.
I assume we saw that the fire was not as effective as we wanted it to be.
Yeah, but it wasn't a very big fire to begin with, so it's hard to tell.
Well, I don't really do much fire. I do slashy.
Slashy. Make sure. Yeah, okay. Bob turns into 2 silver hand axes. Well, Bob is Bob. Bob is everything. Bob is one with everything. Bob becomes 2 hand axes and then goes snick in the one on the left.
The one's already been hurt.
Yeah, the one that's already been hurt.
Okay.
So that one. Okay, let's do some stuff.
You hear leaves just like kind of like falling to the ground as soon as it's hit.
Yeah, let's have some fun. Okay, so 4 extra points of damage. Hey, Lunisa, hit it again.
Wait, what? Get an extra attack.
She grows one of her attacks and basically makes you attack.
Okay, so I have advantage. I have sneak attack. I have sharpshooter. I have flaming dagger. So, is that one attack, right? Not full attack.
Just
action.
one, yeah, it's one attack. Because she knows you can do a shit ton of damage.
Like that.
When you take an attack action on your turn, you can forgo one of your attacks. Oh, and let one of your other companions do it. Okay, got
Yep.
that.
Because she only threw one.
And
Oh, I'm
4.
gonna throw so
And with
much
that,
daggers.
you notice that the fire doesn't seem to do much damage to it.
Let's see. Oh, let me blink that down. And that's her turn, and she'll just kind of like stand, shield at the ready.
All right. Viren.
So this one's already damaged, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead on it.
Wisdom saving throw. 17. Hmm. Is that all you can do, Varen?
That's it.
Shiori.
We're gonna move to be right here. And because I can't, because that's only 25, 20 and 25, 30, so I wouldn't be able to get within range anyways. So we'll say next to Phaedra, and we'll second verse same as the first on the same one. Cast Toll of the Dead.
All right.
I clicked the button. Why does it not do the thing?
Do the thing.
I think that saves. Yeah, that's easy. 16.
There
It still didn't do anything.
you
There it
go.
goes. Good lord.
Lots of tolling of the dead here.
Yeah, I can't get within melee range quite yet, but now I'm here.
Yes. You're
Burk.
there. Burk.
Grinton.
I've been quitting.
Grinton.
You have a barbarian
Yeah.
with a
So,
fancy sword.
oh yeah, he has a fancy sword. Wait, does he have the extra movement from Barbarian already?
I
No,
think
he
he's
doesn't.
more of a bard, isn't he?
Yeah, he's more of a bard.
Yeah, he's more of a bard.
In that case, since he doesn't have the movement to get up there, he's gonna cast. Oh, he's gonna run up to here and cast. If I'm not mistaken, Thunder Wave at what's his max spell level? He had a long rest, right?
Yeah. You had a long rest.
Okay, so 4th level. And that should hit both of them.
Okay, so that's
'Cause it's
thunder
like-
damage. Yep. Constitution saving throw.
Fundui.
Hits both of them.
Full
So
damage.
it's 23 damage to both of them.
Yeah,
Nice,
and then
nice,
he's
nice, nice.
gonna give inspiration to Lunissa.
How are you going to inspire Lunissa?
Throw another dagger, lady. Young.
Sounds like her.
Will.
Hmm.
Do it again.
So, hmm. Does this one look like it's already in pieces, or
Yeah, that one looks like it's falling apart.
let's go that one. Will moves up behind Shiori.
Aye.
And is within range.
Oh no.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Disadvantage on saving throw.
So disadvantage
of-
on the saving throw and
There's
max
a lot
damage.
of necrotic damage coming at him.
So what's the max damage?
64.
Okay, which means it, yeah. Advantage on saving throw, which is Constitution.
Yes, and the spell save DC is 16.
All right. So
So
what's double?
64 damage.
Double?
Um,
Or oh no,
no.
it's just max damage, right? It's
Just
not
max.
double. Okay. 64.
Unless it's vulnerable to necrotic.
Nope, not these
That
ones.
is dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, druids fighting plants.
Well, in this
I really need to get blight, man.
Dagger time. So
They still haven't gone.
yeah,
Oh,
You should
you're,
remember
you're
that
right.
the
I was
Will.
about.
Bill, You should remember to remind me of that next time you have to face death dragons.
Yeah,
Blight
I was thinking about
does
that when you
max
mentioned they were
damage to death
plants.
dragons. They are plants. They
I
count
was
as plants.
Yes, I hope I'm level 14 by the druid level 14 by the time I meet one.
They also technically count as dragons, but plants would be the main thing in there that's required. That shambling mound goes down.
Okay, then I threw my other dagger at this one. And no sneak attack anymore.
Sweet Jesus.
Well, they're not fast.
And you missed with that one.
Poetic inspiration.
Ooh,
Oh,
it's a D8, right?
Yep, roll your 1d8.
It's
And
D8.
it still doesn't hit.
Ah,
Oh,
Aww.
womp womp womp.
I feel like it barely missed.
womp, womp, womp,
No, not
womp.
quite.
Mhm.
It's a 15 AC. Barely misses me
Yeah,
14.
Oh, they don't have a high AC. I know that much because I remember. I'm like, those are all high.
They
Anything
they're
else,
just
Melissa?
thick.
They're
Uh,
thick ones.
I don't think so. I mean, I could bonus action something, but that's good. I'm good.
Alright, so the shambling mound shambles towards its nearest target, and it will attack Urk.
What's Eric's AC? Just for the record. Quentin.
13.
It's Turk's
Oh,
18.
18. Sorry, 18. I keep looking at the passive perception.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
He is pretty decent AC.
Slam
Miss.
and slant. Whoa, both those missed.
Trick boy.
Raindra!
I like it's within
Okay.
crusading distance.
I am 5, 10, 15, 15. Yeow. Oh wait, that's not how I move my token. My bad. Yeow. 5, 10, yeah. Okay. Bop bop. With Bob.
Bop, 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 bop. Yeah. Aw,
Let's
little
go
alien
ahead.
face from Stubborn Hunter.
Let's throw a
Is this one-handed or two-handed?
1. Yeah.
You got
Always
shield.
Always
Okay,
1 with
so
Phaedra.
21 total damage.
Then she'll throw
Throw.
oh no, 2 extra points of damage, and she will go for a goad. DC 17 wisdom save, please. Fuck
Oh.
you.
Nat 20.
Fuck you, plant.
Fuck you.
And how much range do we have? Okay, no, I won't do that to Lunicent and Baron. And she'll just stay on her ground. That's her turn.
Hold
Beard.
it in on it.
Oh, there you are. You're all the way back there. Make your roll.
Is it roll 20? Hello? Roll 20. Roll
Contacting
20.
roll 20. Roll 20.
There we go.
Now paging roll 20.
That
Oh, the
fails,
D12s.
and I believe not quite dead yet. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's a little. Now that's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, someone poke it.
Anything else, Viren?
Nope.
Shiori, it's on you.
We're going over here. We're gonna. No, it's within slashing distance.
And no, it's dead. The leaves and everything like that just drop off it and fall away. You have 2 dead shambling mounds that were just minding their own business.
Will, it sounded like you were going to say something. What?
Ah. They were innocent.
I mean, technically, it's true. The shambling mountains are large, unaligned plants. They're not evil. They're plants. They're not even aberrations. They're actual plants.
I
I
mean,
was gonna suggest
you
we
alluded that this forest was evil, so I just figured something moving was not good. If it's plant.
You're not wrong. I mean, they would have wanted us for nourishment, but I was gonna suggest just let them pass. But right.
Oh, okay, yeah, let me just tell you. Oh, by the way, the forest wants to eat us. Oh, yeah, just let them pass. Fuck that. They could have shambled up.
All right.
They could have shambled up to us in the middle of the night. Well,
Come on, let's burn down the forest. Come on.
all right, fucking A, let's do this.
I can get behind that.
No, looks at you, right? No fire. That's a bad idea.
Wait, Bill, don't you still have your license to arson?
Oh,
Wrong
no.
game.
Wrong
Oh,
game.
Wrong game.
But yeah, that was actually the wrong game.
Wrong game.
However, it's the right world.
Yeah, right world,
Bummer.
wrong game.
Oh goodness.
Because it was Alaris that you had picked up the license to arson.
And wrong time zone.
And Ithan. Yeah, that's true. It's also over 1,000 years difference.
Time's a
Ah.
construct. It's fine.
License to arson that never expires.
Yep, it's universal.
I mean, once
And
it's
timeless.
used, it's expired.
No.
No.
Yes.
Unless you can use it as kindling.
No.
Ithan,
Hey.
Ithan still exists, so the Ithan will honor your license if it's a real license.
It's a license, not a token to arson.
Wait,
It's a
like,
fake license,
wait.
but
Ethan didn't license it though. We just make a joke about licenses here and there, and
It
then we
was
talk about
given to
burning
you
it down.
in Ithan, but it wasn't given to you by Ithan.
I think Kurt wrote it himself.
No,
No,
Abonet did.
Oh yeah,
no,
Aminet
yes,
did.
Yeah, but you can easily confuse the bureaucrats and Ithan into believing it. You just have to talk them.
No,
into it.
no. You're right. You did legally get it from Ethan.
Yes, I did
Yes.
legally get it.
You did get it legally.
Yes,
You
legally.
can burn down the whole world. You have a
Mhm.
license to arson.
Next shopkeeper that refused to give me a good deal.
Fuck that guy.
And at that moment, we all become evil.
Yep.
like
Evil
eventually-
campaign.
Yeah.
It's like eventually we find the license to us.
It's
City.
1,000 years from now, in another campaign, it's gonna be a legendary item. The license to arson.
God.
It's among a charts.
Oh jeez.
It's in a burned down city.
In the hands of a charred dwarf.
Well,
Oh,
the dwarf
no.
wouldn't still be charred after 1,000 years. You know, there'd just be the bones or the ash, possibly in the area. But yeah.
Who said he wasn't alive still?
Oh god.
He's got enough preservatives in that beard.
The
Not
only thing that remains is the beard.
wrong.
The beard
Anyway,
and the
back to the
license.
game.
But hey, you didn't even set fire to the ants last night.
Nope.
That's because you were trying
tried
to
lighting
rescue
them.
those sailors. But yeah. But anyway, you continue along your journey, having left behind, gotten to an area that may or may not be Swiss cheese. All you know for certain is that there was an increase of what magic Phaedra could see.
Yeah, Phaedra let everybody know that there was just an increase, just overall
Mm-hmm.
magical sense in the area.
Jesus on high alert.
Cinder will pop back out and around the shoulders.
Everything's fine.
The question is, do you continue on, or do you attempt to leave the road and find another way?
So, Will spotted the shambling mounds, but couldn't see anything.
In all feels
He didn't
about
see a
It
difference.
all feels about the same at the moment. But roll me a perception check anyway.
Anybody or just Will?
Will, because Will's who I'm talking to. Yeah. Yeah. So you move a little bit forward past the shambling mounds, and since you're actually looking for changes, you do feel that going forward along this road, the air is a bit colder, and somehow it is ever so slightly darker.
What's wrong?
I don't think that's the same forest I'm looking at.
The
Oh.
trees look about the same, but
It just doesn't feel right.
Oh, those the others plane you're talking about.
Possibly.
So then we're going off-road.
If
Off the road.
yeah.
Here,
if
let
you
me
want.
test something. Cinder, go forward about 100 yards.
Cinder flies past the area where Will is standing.
Can I see through her eyes?
Okay. Still looks like the same forest.
If it's another plane of existence, it shouldn't work, I don't think.
Oh, it shouldn't. I forgot about that. I'm
I
sorry.
think. Wait, let me check. Let me check. I don't think it will. So I think
No,
they.
I think you're right about that.
I find with a familiar, you can't look through its eyes if it's in a plane.
It,
I'm almost 100% sure on that.
Yeah,
Well,
for
Almost.
sure.
I was thinking about line of sight here, but yeah,
Yeah.
after a bit past, basically when you get to Will, you start getting this weird headache when you're looking
Okay.
through Cinder's eyes, and a little bit past there, you can see her with your own eyes, but you suddenly can't see her through her eyes. But I mean, basically it disconnect. It goes fuzzy and disconnects, and you see through your own eyes, and you can see Cinder, 100 feet ahead of you, but you just can't look through her eyes.
Well, Phaedra?
Interesting point of order. It actually doesn't say anything in the spell about being on the same plane of existence.
Oh,
Hmm.
that might be. I might be thinking of when you can have your telepathy
Okay,
unlimited
again,
range.
so then again, it's at this nothing seems to have changed. It just looks like the forest is about the same.
Okay.
Ignore everything else you just heard from me.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, I was reading when you were
Fair enough.
talking, and I don't see anything about having to be on the same plane of existence, actually.
Where did I read that from then?
That's
That might
fine,
Well,
be.
familiar.
Yeah,
This fine
and I
familiar.
imagine that though that if you were to bamf her directly to a different plane of existence, that you would lose your connection. But as long as you're there when you start the spell, seeing through her eyes, that it's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think if it's in like a pocket dimension, essentially, it's like when you bamf away. It's not. You don't look through its eyes.
Okay.
But I think because normally you can't summon it into another plane of existence. It's weird.
Hmm.
All right.
Bunch of mumbo jumbo.
She'll just relay to Will. I can still kind of see, but I don't know quite how this magic works. But I mean, I'll use your. You know more about portals and magic and shit more than I do. I trust you.
From what I understand, I feel like we could still. It's just like a dip into another plane. We
Like
could probably still walk through it.
kind of like bubbles, essentially.
Something like that. Perhaps not perfectly shaped, but something like that, yes.
Well, bubbles aren't necessarily perfectly shaped either.
No. We could walk around it. but that would take a little bit more time. We would be on uneven terrain.
I trust your guidance, Will.
I say around it.
All right, lead us around it.
Okay. We go around,
Off road.
and she'll call Cinder back.
Cinder bamps back to your side.
Good girl. Gives
So
her a piece of jerky.
we're just gonna walk off the road
Are you
to
heading
the
east or west? of the road?
west.
All right.
West.
Weast.
West.
Weast. That's where I saw the telepathy. As long as you're on the same plane.
Yes.
Okay. That's why I was a bit confused. Because I used that when I had a warlock. Never mind. It's all fine.
So we're just gonna walk west, trying to avoid going into the area where he thinks is basically just going off feeling, I guess.
All right. And everyone else is following?
Yeah.
Phaedra high alert. Magic up.
Okay, so after a bit, you do lose sight of the road, but you do feel like you're coming around the corner of the bubble, like shuttle. Sorry, Phaedra can see the increase and decrease of ambient magic around, which seems to surround whatever entrance bubble or overlap that the Shadowfell has here. But eventually, as you're, you know, going further around west and then starting to curve around to the north, you do start feeling tired, as if it's like the sunlight hasn't changed down here. It's very dark. But you're just starting to get the fatigue sense that it is evening, that it is, like, time for dinner and sleep sort of sensation.
Yeah. I will say, as we were walking, Shuri was keeping her blade pointed in that direction of the road. So every time she orientated, she was not orientating her blade. Just kind of keep general direction-ish.
Okay.
Or at least in the eastern direction. I mean, someone who's had to survive on their own, I imagine. Something she's had to do. Keep in the direction of north, south, east, west. So before we rest, could I draw an arrow that kind of general direction? So when we wake up, we don't necessarily not know where east is.
All right. The east would be behind you at this point since you've been going west.
Yeah, just where we would have to be, where we were heading, following where Will was going. I want to kind of point that direction more so.
All right. So let's see. Roll perception checks.
Alrighty. Not bad.
So as you guys have been heading well off road, Shuri, you're the first one to see what looks like a figure, um, standing between some trees. It actually looks like a large skeleton that seems to be dripping with various bits of leaves and vines, and it seems to be holding a club. It just seems to be standing there, as if waiting. Phaedra, you definitely see this.
I imagine Will actually probably saw it real quick.
Yeah, both got 27.
Sorry, should I roll? I missed out. I was writing.
Oh, I thought you rolled a 27.
That was from earlier.
Oh, that was earlier.
Oh.
I have advantage, but 20 enough.
Yeah. So, as I said, I already described what you guys see with those rolls.
Mhm.
Yeah, she'll point it
Yeah.
out basically.
Does it like?
Well, you
Does
have
it look animated? Like it does it
yes,
move
and
slightly?
Will specifically. Actually, Will and Viren both. You have advantage on Arcana or History check
Ooh, both
to
of them plus
to
one.
recognize what that
Both of them
is.
+9. 21.
2.
Oh God. Yeah, Will. For some reason, you can't. You
Well.
just have no understanding of what that is, Will. For some reason, Viren, on the
Fair
other
enough.
hand, you recognize what this is. You've read about them. This is a vine troll skeleton.
It ain't nature, people.
That's not natural.
Actually, it's another one of those things that, while technically a plant, Viren would have read about as like with alongside the shadow, the umbral vampires. This would have been probably in a book of things that are created technically by necromancy, but don't have the undead characteristics. Like they can't be turned. Is kind of like probably something that you would have been reading about. Like they seem undead. They can kind of be created via necromancy, but they're not technically undead. And this one happens to be a plant, and you're aware of that, Viren.
Well, light will be very useful against it.
And it's just standing there.
It's just standing there, though.
I mean, we just leave it alone?
We still have to get around the area. Is it in our path? Is it in our path if Will wants to continue to avoid stepping into the Shadowfell area?
You can probably skirt around it.
Sneaky, but try.
I mean, if you want, we could always just kill it.
I'm okay with killing it.
Alright, well, I mean,
Also, Viren, with your knowledge of this thing, you are aware that for the most part, vine trolls are created to protect dryad glades and sacred druid circles. They've even been known to serve as guardians of something called a moss lurker. As I said, it uses dark druidic, or rather necromantic druidic power to create them. That they are actually connected to a tree. Uh, Usually like a dryad's tree, or sometimes a tree ant, or even a weeping tree ant. They are more or less mindless and only protect their parent tree. And each of these trees contains an enchanted troll heart, which basically keeps the dryad alive. Not the vine, sorry, the vine troll skeleton alive. There we go.
Now the question is, do I tell him that?
Yeah, this is just something
You
you
tell us
remember
something that
from your
would be
reading.
helpful. That's a good question.
Well, it would probably be best to just leave it alone, though. It won't attack anyone if we just leave it alone. It's
Why?
more of a guard.
So whatever it's guarding, as long as we don't attack that or attack it, it should be passive.
what is it guarding?
Well, it could be guarding many things.
Give us a couple things that it could be guarding.
Dryad glades, druid circles,
Ew.
colonies of moss lurkers.
Maybe.
Typically, it's mostly guarding the tree that it's bound to.
Looks
Let's
at
walk past.
yeah, looks at skeletal withered looking thing. All right. Just thinking that if
Yeah.
it's attached to this tree or whatever,
I'm not
if
so.
that is the guardian of the tree, what does the tree look like? Is it really a tree or something else? I mean, like corrupted and stuff.
It would be something along the lines of a dryad tree.
A moss lurker, by the way, is a small troll. And
Like a
small is
kid?
No, it's basically the
Oh,
halfling equivalent of a troll.
so a
I
girdlin.
Yeah,
believe it might also be bound to
or maybe a gnome
treant.
equivalent of a troll.
Well, if it's protecting something, I don't want to destroy that. Certain things are, unless we know that it's something that's evil. But I don't know. I guess we can move around. Will, I'm gonna need some of that fancy magic, though.
The fancy ones.
The fancy
Fancy
ones.
magic.
Because I like
So
to go jingle jangle wherever I go.
find some mud truck.
So everyone gets it.
Yay, time to sneak around.
We attempted the stealth. Jesus. Eh,
Yeah.
22.
I just need Urk and Lunisa.
Let me see.
Lunisa will probably just fucking vanish.
Mm.
Let's see about that. This is Lunisa. Did it roll? There it is. I don't have
Plus 10.
advantage. And then Urk.
So 23 and 27.
33 and 27.
I don't think Lunisa had advantage, I said.
What if I cast Best without the trees again?
It does nothing.
Damn it.
You have a second pass
Well-
dodge rate.
It doesn't say it doesn't stack.
Just just a plus 10 standard.
Yes, but it just wouldn't work really.
6 rogue druids.
You're practically
Plus 60 to stealth.
you're practically covering the same tracks that is already covered.
Ah. I see nothing broken with that.
So you guys did manage to successfully sneak away from the vine troll, assuming that it would have followed you in the first place. So congratulations.
Hooray! We skipped one fight.
Yay.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. Would it really go after us if it was protecting something sacred? If we just left it alone?
Eh.
We
Err on side of caution.
sneaky!
Very
We
sneaky you
sneaky.
are.
Well, I mean, on a good note.
And it's getting to the point when it's time to make another camp or gain exhaustion by continuing to travel.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Nah.
No me likey exhaustion.
That's fine.
All right, who's on first?
Nah, I mean we could just do the exact same
Yeah.
Exact same.
watch
Yep.
that we had before. So Viren and Will first watch.
All right, perception check.
No, Will wasn't
Yeah.
first.
Fader was.
Ah, Phaedra, sorry. My mistake. Will second.
It's all good.
Who's on
Okay,
first?
What's on second?
I do like how every watch has somebody with advantage on perception.
I don't know, it's on third.
I give up. It's on fourth.
Wait, what?
There's no fourth.
What?
I know there's no fourth phase. I'm just making a joke.
I don't know.
Way.
All right, second watch.
There's our second watch.
Oh, okay. Third watch.
So it's me and Lunice. Sure.
Again. Alyssa, are you staying close again, or are you trying to go up a tree once more?
Sherry stares menacingly.
I mean, Yuri's staring at me, so I wouldn't. If she wanted to pay attention, I would have, but she said, I'm staring at him.
The intelligence. The
It's like
intelligence save
Lenisa
is
wants
ba-
to.
Yeah, she looks up at the tree and goes, "All right."
I look up at the tree and I like start itching, and then I look and I see Shuri's face. I'm like, okay, let's not.
If the vampire thing's going
Oof.
at you, I might.
Yeah, no fucking sneaking up on me.
Oh
just
my
like
god!
you.
Yeah,
31.
And that was you still have advantage technically
Oh wait,
because you have those goggles. Remember?
On 32.
32.
All right.
Yes.
Lunissa, you're the first one to spot a. What are you rolling?
I had advantage.
Nothing. He rolled nothing.
Nothing. Don't mind.
So you're the first one to spot as a red-skinned woman wearing a cloak and a hood is walking through the woods with a small basket over one arm.
Hey, Little Red Riding Hood.
I'm gonna poke Shiori and say there's a woman. Is she wearing red or is she red as in
She has red skin, and her cloak's actually is actually dark. It's like, kind of dark with some bits of green in it, like dark
Okay.
green and maybe some dark brown as well. But
I poke Shiori, I point towards the lady, and then I point at my bow.
She'll kind of give like a no and just like keep an eye on. If it looks like they start like approaching or whatever, then we might get more defensive. But she's more like watch. Don't just strike yet.
Okay. I will stealthily watch her. If I see anything that's suspicious, arrow to the face.
she squats down and is starting to harvest some mushrooms.
Suspicious mushrooms. What do the mushrooms look like?
You
It's
can't really
foraging.
tell from this distance. You
She's
know,
foraging
besides, how
suspiciously.
well do you know mushrooms?
Wait, don't I have eyes of the eyes of the
Eyes of the
eagle?
eagle.
Yeah, they let me see incredibly far. If
Make
I'm
a
not,
make a nature check.
yes.
Zoom in and enhance.
Yeah.
Hands. Why is everything blurry?
Ooh.
Oh fuck.
It's hard to tell. It's kind of a lightish mushroom. No visible speckles. Nothing that looks too poisonous. But then again, it doesn't look like anything you've eaten either.
Do I want to apply poison to my arrow? I'll just keep watching.
We're just both staring at this person like, don't come any closer.
No, you're staring like, don't come any closer. I'm saying, please come closer.
She stops at a nearby tree, and seems to be checking something that you hadn't seen before until she actually pulled close to it. There seems to be some kind of tap on that tree, and she's currently opening it up, and she seems to be checking something and closing it again and sticking her finger in her mouth.
Tapping the tree, that's suspicious, Yuri.
That's a hostile move.
She's living
Syrup.
off the land from so far what I can tell.
Oh no, she's Canadian.
Yeah, she's an old lady with red skin.
She's not an old lady.
Don't know if she's an old lady. We can't see her face.
She actually looks up and is now looking in your direction.
Jesus.
When she stands there for a moment, observing you. Lisa, do you have your bow out, or are you just kind of holding it back there?
I'm not aiming at her, but like I'm holding my bow, but it's pointing downwards. Like I'm just like walking around holding a bow.
Shuri is holding under her hilt, but it's not drawn. She's like more clearly defensive.
You know what? I'm gonna wave. Fuck it. I'm gonna wave at her.
She kind of nods her head and starts approaching.
Uh-oh. This is like, my trap worked.
The woman pushes back her hood, and you see a long long actually it would be tangled in this weather, but long black hair and like really pointed ears. She looks like she might be some kind of elf, but some kind maybe you haven't seen before, with deep red skin. She actually looks quite lovely. Not too lovely, like not suspiciously lovely, but she doesn't look like anything, scary or old or anything like that. She looks more like a red-skinned elf than
Yeah, the
anything
best
else.
way to make sure,
And not like a summer elf either, Lanissa, because of her hair, but she looks more elven than anything else.
the best way to make us think that she's not suspicious is to say that she's not suspicious.
When she is within 60 feet, I'm gonna do a sign of halt. Like I'm gonna put my hand up, and I'm gonna go, "Are you a hag?"
She pauses, and she kind of like cocks an eyebrow and goes, "That's quite a good question to ask. Besides, there are many kinds of hags, young lady."
Is that a yes or a no?
You come into woods where I live and ask me such questions.
I'm just wanting to make sure whether or not you are a hag, to see whether or not reason. I should not tell you whether or not I'm gonna do whether. I'm seeing rude.
We're on the
She
edge.
carefully sets down her basket and folds her arms, observing you closely.
We're a
You
little
are
on
quite
edge.
a rude young woman.
So is that a yes or a no?
Lisa,
Look, I just want
Sorry.
to know.
we
Can I
are on
make an
edge.
insight check?
It's fine.
Look, I just want to know. So yes or no?
Whether she is or not is not important. What
Maybe I
matters
should
is if
ask
she...
if you are a hag trying to trick me. Do you
Uh,
think that is rude?
No, I think it's a good
Actually,
question.
not really.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not a hag.
It's good to be cautious.
How do you know that you are not a? How do we know that you are not a hag?
That's a good question. Because I haven't eaten that child yet, and I pointed Will.
That is not
You
a
pointed
child.
a bearded old man.
Yes.
That isn't an old gnomish man.
I haven't
I think
eaten
that-
him yet, so
I
I'm not a
think that
hag.
more so proves that she's not, because
Not
I think
all
she can't tell the
hags
difference.
eat children. That is quite a lie.
Yeah, so I'm not saying I ate the children. I say I didn't eat a small tender man.
That's not the tender at all.
I'm just gonna facepalm more.
Does this wake anyone up? Like this conversation,
Yeah.
having someone who's 60 feet away.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Did
I mean,
wisdom saving throw.
What do you mean? My wisdom saving throw is really high. If I roll high, I'm just not gonna wake up.
Because you're used to people like her talking in the middle of the night.
Well, I guess I'm not waking
Oops,
up.
no advantage.
Phaedra, you're startled awake by Lunacy yelling at somebody. It's something about a hag.
Oh, I
Will-
do wake up. Oh, that's
Will
good.
and Viren, you're
Yay!
like, no, it's just Lunissa.
So-
If it a problem, Shiori would be the one waking us.
What is
Uh,
going on? Who are you talking to?
I'm asking this lady if she's a hag or not. If she's not, like, I don't know. I want to ask what she's doing.
How about this? Instead
Lady.
of that, let's ask, do you intend us any harm?
That's a good question. Yes.
I had
Do you
not
intend-
intended you harm before that one, she gestures at Lanissa, started being very disrespectful.
So that's a yes.
She is a stupid child, isn't she? Is she not?
She is
Hey.
not used to people.
So
I am
you
not used to people either. Most of the time, they do not come into the woods.
We're just passing through.
Where you, I take it you are on your way to the city up north, to Andros.
She'll nod. We intend no harm to anything inside unless it attacks us.
Interesting point of view. I'm surprised you have not already been killed by the shadow vampires that wander the woods.
Well, we already killed one of those.
Oh, only one of them. You were lucky that a swarm did not set upon you.
Swarm.
Usually they travel in groups, not by singles.
Singles ready to mingle.
Looking at the red woman. Any magic?
Yes, she does appear to have good innate magic in her.
Yeah, is it illusion?
No, actually, this does appear to be what she looks like. She looks like she's a spellcaster of some kind.
Okay.
Will.
like spellcaster? Nah.
Well. Kicks back.
Yeah.
Cinder like headbutts Will. Will!
Ow.
Viren!
What again?
And you appear to be a rather angry one too, and she's setting her eyes on Phaedra. Why are you why are you kicking your companions?
Is it already morning?
I wasn't kicking. I was sending my cute and adorable dragon to do a headbutt.
I'm quite small.
What is it this time?
We have a friend. I think. I don't know. Lunisa hasn't killed them yet, which gives me hope.
What?
What? That's unusual.
Startled.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
Lunisa
goes up to Lisa. Lisa, bend down. Bend down for a second.
Why?
Come here. Come here.
Okay.
Checks if you have a fever.
Sure, face palms more.
Lunisa and Sherry were talking with her. So I guess she means no harm, right?
Hi, who are you?
Who are you?
I'm well.
Well, you appear to be tied to the forest. So I
Well,
welcome
not
you.
this one. It's a little bit too gloomy, but I can respect that.
What brings
What-
you in here other than travel?
Other than travel, nothing.
Merely passing through.
You live here?
Of course. My
All
home is in
right.
these woods.
Right. Are you responsible for that? What was it, Viren? What was it called? The Guardian? The skeletal troll thing?
Fine troll skeleton?
Hello, are you capable of answering?
So you actually asked the question. I thought you were
Yes.
talking to Viren. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he did talk to Viren, but he did ask her.
Sorry, dropping the accent by accident. This specifically, no, I did not create any vine trolls.
Uh, all right. Do you know who did it?
Probably mother.
Mother. Is that just because she is your mother? Or is that a title?
It is both. She kind of gives you a weird look.
Will returns the weird look because when he realizes that it's a title.
And also her mother.
You say mother as a title.
That's
Yes.
not
Do you
entirely
perhaps
true.
have a aunt or grandmother as well with titles rather than family?
Oh no, at the moment it is only mother and my sisters.
Your sisters, right? Blood related?
Yes. These woods are our homes. We live here. Why? What did you think?
What do you think? I think.
I do not know. I do not know you.
It's just, well, I'm not judging. It's just that when I think of people living in dreary forests such as these, and hags usually do have a system where they do call the ones above by names from family, such as mother, aunt, grandmother. Sisters is also not out of the possibility.
And you are using this title of hag as a derogatory.
Mm, from what I dealt with hags before, they can be quite annoying and stubborn. And when stubborn people meet, that's not a good thing.
Still,
You're stubborn.
you are
I know,
trespassing.
that's what I'm saying.
Still, you are the one trespassing into woods that are not your own.
Oh. Didn't see your name on it.
She face palms more.
Locals know better than to walk into woods.
Well, we're
Sure.
not locals.
You can take possession of the forest if you like. Doesn't stop us from walking through it.
All we wish is just to get through the forest. That's it.
I am not impeding you, but you are being very rude to me.
I apologize about my companions.
Yes, I'm sorry, but just in a forest with vampires up in the canopies and fiends to the east and other fiends to the east
Yes.
and
Them.
hmm.
Now, if you want hags to deal with, yes, go to the east. There are some rather nasty ones there.
No, we'd rather not.
Like we said, we're merely passing through.
We have no reason.
You have no
Well,
reason to hurt anyone that doesn't attack us.
well, I'm surprised you've made it this far, given you seem to have no form of protection. You were just laying out here as if calling the buffet out for all of the creatures that would snack on your flesh.
Fader kind of takes a step forward to kind of raises her head a bit, crosses her arms, and Cinder lands on her shoulder. We're protected.
I think she means more while we rest. Cover.
We protect each other.
Shelter, I think she's more saying. Am I correct?
Shelter is overrated.
And she didn't specify.
That's why I'm asking.
So
Or
many.
What are you doing out
have-
here?
Okay.
Well, I was gathering mushrooms and checking the And checking the syrup.
All right then. Well, carry on. We mean you no harm. We're gonna keep walking through this forest if you want to.
If you're looking for
In-
trade, my family, we live not far from here. We can probably part with a few materials if you have something interesting to barter. And with that, she kind of picks up her basket and starts heading kind of in a
As she starts,
northwesterly direction.
a- as she starts leaving, can Baron try and figure out what race she is? 'Cause she's some sort of elvish, kind of, but
All right,
clearly not
roll
one that
either
we.
nature or arcana.
Good. 16.
You're not sure. I mean, she looks like she could be an elf. Could maybe she's part some. Maybe she and her family are also part something else. I mean, elven ear types, but that skin was deep and red, and when she talked, it looked like she might have slightly sharper teeth. So, but it also, of course, you're also not familiar with all the races here on this world. It's entirely possible she's some race that only exists here on Alaris.
Maybe back to rest.
We'll continue to keep our eyes out. It might be beneficial to look into something if any of us have any magical means of protecting ourselves in the next rests.
I mean, the only other, I don't think we have anything.
I don't know what spells Will has or Theron has, but I'm just putting it out there. I have nothing.
I have nothing either.
I have conjured tents. I don't. It was a lie.
I assumed. I wasn't sure if you had any nature magic that could manipulate the terrain at all.
Well, I can create fake terrain. Perhaps we could use it as a disguise.
That might not be a bad idea.
All right then, I'll keep that in mind. And Will goes back to sleep.
We'll finish our washes.
And Will changes one of his spells.
So, last watch.
Perception.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, fuck.
Jesus. Well, nothing sneaking up on us today.
You keep an eye out and see
Her-
nothing either sneaking up on you or simply out for a stroll nearby. Everything is good for the rest of the night.
There are 2 more days left for Svedra.
It's fine. I will relish the extra AC while I can.
So, what was I gonna say? Oh, sorry, brain just interface. Well, actually, that's because I was about to say. At this point, given the hour, and given that you guys just woke up, now is a great time to say that this is it for the session.
Hey.
Me.
You all lived, huzzah!
I'll put that there, so that way we know we woke up from a long
You
rest.
met some
Cool.
ran
Cool.
into some interesting things and
Well,
have
yep.
made it into the woods, and already survived 2 days.